at the fall sales event in Norristown. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and get wicked good deals all month long. Guess the copy wasn't updated right. Norristown, Chrysler, Dodge.com. As we say good morning to Harry Mays. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Johnny. Hello, Ray. That was the Halloween copy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Wow.
You can still get wicked good deals even if it's not
Yeah.
Halloween. Now, what do you have to say for this month? Gobble, gobble, get gobble, gobble, good deals? I mean, it's still a great car. It's still a great dealership. I wouldn't mind getting a Jeep. I like Jeep. Nice Jeep.
I do, too.
Nice, I could get a Jeep. I like Broncos.
Quality.
Looking for something right now, kind of. Norristown, Chrysler, Dodge.com. We welcome Ray Dunn into the program. Ray, good morning.
I'll be looking for someone to send that new copy to me.
Yes. Well, you may be looking for a long time.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. So before we get into it, Harry, I was looking for there was a drop way back in the day that was from a Sunsetter awning commercial.
I remember.
Radio commercial where she keeps going, tell them about the discount, Harry. And she goes, Harry.
That was during the AM days.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago. And
950.
we had it on the board of the woman just going, Harry. It was deleted. I was actually looking for it this morning, and it's mentioned many times, but there's no actually audio of it.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I went, Harry. So it's not there. But I did unearth a couple of gems, like this one. You remember this?
Oh. That's just infectious, isn't it? Like when you hear that, you have to laugh yourself.
It was my go-to laugh that I would play for everything. That's Tony Bruno and Harry Mays.
Did you hear him slap his leg when he did it? Right at the start. It's a leg slap.
Tony has the best laugh of anybody.
Mine is more sinister in there.
You're a good addition to it. You
Yeah.
have the lead laugh, which is Harry,
Right.
and then you're perfect in the background right there. And then I found this one too. There was one day, Ray, Mike Miss was the kind of guy that pretty much for him not to come into work, he would have to be hospitalized.
Yes.
You know what? He's coming in pretty much no matter what.
Right.
And the one day,
Just had some dry heaves.
oh, is that you? I thought that was Mike. Mike was throwing up in a trash can here in the
Yeah.
in the
No,
studio.
that's him.
Is that Mike? Because there's another one.
Just had some dry heaves.
That's Mike.
Is that from
That's
the
Mike.
time?
I think so. Yeah.
Because when I went about re-putting together his board, that was a editorial decision to leave off until Mike and I built a rapport.
Talked about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was sitting in the seat I'm in right now, and he was like, poor Mike. It's like we go to break, and he's throwing
Right.
up in a trash can. Like,
Yeah.
Mike, go home.
I would have been home.
Yeah,
No
me
way
too.
I would have come in.
Yeah, I don't want to get everybody else sick.
No.
But anyway, so I've been unearthing as I build my soundboard here in Harry Mays. I've been unearthing some old ones here, so we have a laugh to add to the program. But it feels like the Eagles haven't played in weeks,
I know. It's almost been like 2 weeks, right?
and they don't play again until Monday, which
Monday
is
night.
which is I'm fine with it. Whatever.
Well, I'm not going to be able to watch it.
Yeah, I heard that.
I mean, I have YouTube TV, and as of right now, there is no ESPN stations or ABC on my television.
We could always turn you could always turn
gotta
the
go
volume down and turn the radio
I got
up.
to go up my roof and put a coat hanger on my chimney.
You need an antenna.
Yes.
I actually saw somebody on social media saying that that's how they watch the game. And it's like, oh, shut up. You're not going on. You have an antenna
I thought
on
about
a TV. Can you do it?
My homeowners association would probably frown upon an antenna.
I would agree.
Yeah, probably.
And I would frown on you going on the roof to put up.
Oh, I wouldn't be going on the roof. No, I would pay somebody else to do that.
But so I already offered my Xfinity password because a lot of times I just watch stuff on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pull up the stream. I can watch my DVR programming. I can watch stuff live. Red Zone on Sundays. A lot of times I'm walking around with the AirPods in and I'm watching and doing stuff. And sometimes I put the phone in my pocket so I can listen to it and then I can pull it up. So because you have to be able to watch you're on the air the next day with me.
Well, I am that Tuesday, but I'm also doing the post game
You have
right
the
after
Locked
the
On.
game for Locked On Eagles. So I was just going to listen to it on radio and follow the stats live
And just pretend that
and do a post game.
No, just get the stream. Do you have a smart? Yeah, you must
Yeah.
have a smart TV.
I have 4 smart TVs.
Yeah. The problem and why I haven't gotten away from cable is my the TV in my living room is, I mean, it's probably like 8 or 9 years old now, but I spent a lot of money on it. It's a big TV. It's before TVs became cheap.
Right.
And it's not a smart TV. So I guess you'd have to buy something different to make it a smart TV. It's just easier that I don't have to mess with that. My TVs in my basement are the smart TVs.
Right.
So I don't have any cable boxes other than upstairs. So
I don't either.
I just stream everything, and I use the Xfinity app downstairs, which is great. So just take the app.
I had Mertitas come over and hook all that up for me.
Mertitas came. Did he have a tool belt?
Now, you should have had a tool belt. He was there for like 3 hours, hooking up all 4 of my TVs, getting rid of my cable boxes. I just had him do it because he wanted to do it. He's like, yeah, I'll do it.
He likes
I'm
doing that stuff.
Yeah, you do it.
He's very handy.
What a great guy.
So Harry Mays will not be able to watch the game on Monday night.
Well, I want to know if this is going to affect people. Like, because
It's
a lot of
affecting
people,
a lot of
people have YouTube TV. Ray Dunn has YouTube TV.
Me, I'm gonna be forced to go out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so upset.
Somebody had to twist Ray's arm
I
to
can't
go to a
believe
bar
it.
to watch the
Oh,
game.
damn.
I have to have a drink or something.
Right. It's
Damn.
required to go into the bar to watch the game. You can't go in there and drink water.
I hate this.
I would too, but I'd get hammered, and then I wouldn't be able to do
you're
the
not going.
post-game
You're
show.
not going anywhere. You're not.
No.
So text line, phone line, 610-632-0975. How many people, if you're affected by this, text the text line, 610-632-0975. In all seriousness, this is a major deal.
is.
This is ridiculous.
It's a big game. I mean, it's Monday Night Football. It's the Packers. It's the start of the second half of the season. You got the best team in the NFL at 6-2. They were on top of Colin Cowherd's list of top 10 teams this week. The Eagles.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that'll last.
That's how good they are.
That'll last for a week, and then they'll be bad again.
Right.
Cal, he can't make up his mind about the Eagles. So let me ask you this. This is kind of this was my question today, and this is what I was wondering. Does this feel like a Super Bowl team? Through 8 games last year, they didn't feel like a Super Bowl team yet because they didn't go on the run number. They still had that game against Carolina where the offense sucked, and they almost lost that game. It was the Steelers game afterwards where it kind of felt like they were back.
Had that number 1 draft pick kid, that the wide receiver, number 17, been able to catch, Carolina would have won that game.
Oh, he's awful. What is his name?
Leggett or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Leggett.
stinks.
And he still stinks. You're right. He had multiple drops.
He was
in that
right
game.
there at the goal line.
Yep.
Yeah.
They lose that game. So through 8 games, we only have what we have. Here is my thoughts on the situation. That the NFL as a whole is weird.
It is.
This year. The Broncos have the best record in the NFL. Unless they come back in the fourth quarter, they don't look very good. They look great in fourth quarters. That was a horrible game last night.
I didn't watch 1 second of it.
I watched the whole thing.
22 accepted penalties in that game.
And it's as bad as you thought it was.
That's awful.
Right, like the Raiders stink.
Yeah.
Geno Smith stinks, and I don't know if you give the Raiders defense credit or you give the Broncos credit, or you give the Raiders defense credit, or you just rip the Broncos. Their offense was horrible last night. Bo Nix was terrible.
Nix
last
had
night.
2 interceptions, right?
He was brutal.
Yeah.
The Raiders were turning the ball over. The Broncos couldn't do anything with it.
You know, short week divisional games typically are like that.
Well, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Divisional game, and everybody in the media they're the darling. The Broncos are the darling. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, they're coming back.
None of them laid 9.5 with the Broncos last night. Trust me.
And they came out thinking it would be easy. They were flat, and the Raiders actually gave them a game defensively. So I wish I would have had that side of it last night. But but with the Eagles, I mean, why wouldn't I think this team could win another Super Bowl? Based on you look around the NFL, who in the NFC scares you?
That's what I'm saying. I've had this discussion with a lot of people this week, and who could you see coming into the link and stealing a game in late January? Maybe Baker Mayfield, because he sort of has that. He has that it factor
He makes plays,
going.
you
He
can't
can
get a
just
hold
make
of
a
him.
play, and
Right.
he's such a competitor. Maybe I could see that. I can't see Detroit coming in, a dome team, and Goff being able to throw the
you
ball
said it.
through that wind in January. So I'd scratch them, even though they're only a 1.5 point favorite over the Lions in the look-ahead line.
Yeah,
for
it's a
next
Lion
week,
line.
which is weird.
Yep.
The Rams, we've seen how that goes. I think they beat the Rams.
I don't like I don't want to play the Rams.
Well, I don't ideally either, but
The way they've beat them 2 times in a row in very close games,
yeah.
they have even though obviously the Eagles are doing everything they can to win the game. You know what happens when you lose games like that? It's a unified that is the target. The Eagles are the beat the Eagles, beat the Eagles, beat the Eagles, beat the Eagles. It becomes a thing.
Right.
I don't.
And McVay's a good coach.
He's a really
He's
good coach.
So, yeah, okay. I don't want to play the Rams then either.
I don't want to play the Rams. I worry more about the Rams than the Bucks. The way you mentioned the Lions with Goff outdoors in January, you worry less about them than if they were at home.
This Green Bay team's weird, too.
I don't buy it.
Losing to Cleveland, losing to Carolina. They gave up 40 to Dallas.
And they've lost Kraft, too, who is a major playmaker on their offense.
I'm surprised they didn't make a deal for another tight end at the deadline, but I guess they like what they have as the backup.
And did you know that we have in this city, at this radio station, on this show, we have the world's biggest Jordan Love fan? Did you know that, Harry?
No, I'm not aware. Who's that? It's not me.
How about that? Ray.
About that? I didn't realize I was the world's biggest Jordan Love fan, but I'll take it.
That's
I'm
what
a
I
big
heard.
fan.
See? Told you. Big Jordan Love fan.
Since he was at Utah State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of the arm talent. Thought he was going to be talented in the NFL, and it's been inconsistent. That game against the Cowboys in the playoffs will be the greatest thing I can hang my hat on forever. And they should have beaten that 49ers team. I'm still not over that.
Yeah, he's still upset.
They should have beaten that 49ers team.
So you're like a fan. Well,
I think he's a great quarterback.
Great. Well,
I think he's a very talented quarterback that has the potential to be great.
Okay.
But has been too inconsistent to actually call great. I'll take that back.
All right.
That was a good call on that
You're
one,
allowed
Harry.
to take that back.
All right. 610-632-0975. Does this team, the Philadelphia Eagles, have a Super Bowl look as we exit the bye into the second half of the season? A tough portion of the schedule again coming up.
Yep.
Do they have the look? We'll open with that on the phone lines, 610-632-0975, and on the text line, 610-632-0975. And if you're as angry as Harry about YouTube TV not being able to watch the game, definitely let us know. It's Middays with Marks. Also coming up next, ESPN put together a story with the best bet for each of the NFL teams for the rest of the season. If their bet hits, there will be a parade in February. We'll take a look at that coming up next as well. It is Middays with the Marks.
Unfiltered with
Back it is, Middays with Marks. Poor Harry Mays without a TV to watch the game with. Ray Dunn, who's going to have to go out and drink.
I am just livid.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're making me do this.
Well, I was listening to Ray the other night on the ESPN Plus, but that won't help me for the game.
You alerted me to that.
Yeah, it was good.
He did a nothing but nylon, and I said,
did.
"Oh, that's right, Temple is playing," and I put it right on. And then LeBron Frames had a dunk.
Oh, guys, awesome. LeBron Frames.
And we'll break that down later on because Nate's back there cutting up some of the best of Ray from the other night, and they're not bad. I know we play the how about that?
How about that?
Ray is actually very good at play-by-play.
Yes.
That's why I say that he's not long for this job as being a radio producer.
There's an energy to Ray.
Oh, no,
Doing
yeah,
the
no.
Play-by-play.
You get me in hoops in an actual arena,
Yeah.
Yeah.
things
Right.
can go well.
Right, when you're not in some studio watching the game on a monitor, for God's sake.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Ray, what do we have coming in on the text board about our topics here?
A lot of people right now are sympathizing with Harry over the YouTube TV. We've been overflowed with texts about people that are upset.
So everybody has YouTube TV.
Yeah, this is, if anything, really good market research for YouTube TV of how many people have actually signed up for it
Yeah.
that engage with Sports Talk Radio.
So, I mean, what happens? Does somebody that still has the cable, like, throw a party and invite all your, 20 friends with YouTube TV
Yeah.
over to the house, right?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, so you had said that everybody that has streaming services and stuff, like, you use your brother's password, or I use this person's password.
Right.
I need for the Athletic. I need a password, so I'm not purchasing the
I
Athletic.
did purchase it, and then I canceled
I got rid of it too.
because
Yeah,
I wasn't
didn't re-up
going
it.
to it enough.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I was doing the same thing, but so I'm going to give you the Xfinity password so you can actually watch. You can watch the game and you can tune into it.
But I don't have cable.
No, but you do it so you get the Xfinity. You get the app on the
Okay.
smart TV, and then you just put the username and the password in, and then you have access to the entire cable.
Somebody
wow.
called Martinez. He's going to need some help.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Yeah, Jason's going to have to come over and do it.
Just for advice that we're getting on the text line here. There's apparently a way to suspend your YouTube TV account for 60 days where they stop charging you. So you
Okay.
can temporarily pause the account. And that's what June and Yardley's doing. And June has picked up Hulu Live in the meantime. We've gotten suggestions. We talked off air about Fubar
TV,
Fubo,
or
yeah.
whatever it is.
What about Labubu?
No.
You're a Labubu guy. I'm sorry.
So in lieu of the YouTube, you pause it, and then you get the Hulu.
And then you
Yes.
pay for the
'Cause that's
Hulu
Disney.
until
Or
yes.
Hulu
Hulu's
Live.
Disney.
Free. Apparently, there's a free trial. Sling's got a free trial that you can do. Sling TV.
So
Fubo's got a free trial. So a lot of people are going with the free trials and suspending the YouTube TV.
I have the bundle where I get ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Because
Well, your daughters love the Disney.
it's the best deal ever. 'Cause
I would never watch Disney.
No, I don't watch it. at all.
Really? You're not
Yeah,
sitting
Dis-
down
Dis-
frozen on the Saturday night isn't your type of thing?
I don't think Disney's targeting me.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, I don't. I've many times because I can get out of Comcast right now, and there's no early cancellation fee or anything like that. I'm not under contract, and I'm paying with the internet like $350 a month.
I was paying $400.
yeah, which sucks. 'Cause I don't really use it.
Yeah.
But then it's like when I talk to people and they're saying like, yeah, YouTube TV. I've had too many people say, just stick with cable. Like sometimes it can be a pain in the ass. The last thing, the one time I went to FiOS from Comcast because I'm like, oh, screw Comcast,
I
I'm going
did
to
too, and
FiOS.
it sucked.
And it sucked.
Where I lived, it sucked.
Well,
I don't
hold
know
on,
if
hold
it's
on.
like that everywhere. but
FiOS is great. I don't know if they advertise, but like I went right back to Comcast.
Same with me. I was in Phoenixville, and the reception or the service was just bad.
It was so like I'm hesitant to leave cable. Like, I guess this is an old person take, but I'm hesitant to leave cable just because I want to be able to turn on the TV and watch what I want to watch when I want to watch
I
it.
haven't had any problems. I've had one buffering issue once since I did it, and I've had it for over a year.
Okay.
So it's really been good.
And
but
the
up
problem
until
now
this-
is you can't watch any.
yeah, all the ESPNs and the ABC is not even on the television. You can't even. It's not in the guide.
Back-to-back college football Saturdays for Harry
Yeah.
not being able to watch ESPN has to be a killer.
But the ESPN Plus does
You
have
can
college
watch it, right?
basketball and
The
football.
NFL doesn't allow you to
No.
stream Monday Night Football because
Apparently not.
you can't do that. You need to pay them to do that.
This has been tough for me personally because we got my parents away from cable to YouTube TV, and now this has happened.
So
And
this is
now-
your fault.
Yes. I was the reason why the two big billion-dollar corporations couldn't get along.
Well,
This is squarely on me.
I mean, I get it. It's a game of chicken, right?
I guess.
YouTube TV says no, Disney says no, and then who blinks first? You would hope that they would be able to, for the consumer, they'd be able to come to some type of a compromise so people can watch. I'd be so angry if I had YouTube TV and I couldn't watch this, and I'd be angry at both. And Pat McAfee, very rarely do I agree or even pay attention to what Pat McAfee's saying, but he attacked the ESPN personalities because the network had them going on the air,
Right.
and more or less reading what ESPN wanted them to do and directing them to a website.
Like a statement, and to go to a website to complain or whatever. And yeah.
Right. And it's like, so hold on. You want me to do your dirty work? You want me, $2 billion companies, you guys are fighting, so who you can make more billions of dollars off of us?
Right.
And I can't watch the games right now. You want me to go do your dirty work and sign some stupid petition or whatever? Like, no, F you.
McAfee has stones because they're paying him a ton of money.
He sure does.
Yeah, anybody making what he's making would pretty much do anything you were asked to do.
Yeah. But he's the outlier of all that.
Exactly.
Yeah, at some point, that's going to go south at ESPN, but.
If he keeps with the digital audience, I think they're going to be more than happy just to keep.
Well, no, you're right. He doesn't care because if it falls apart with ESPN, FanDuel gives him another $100 million or whatever, and that's part of his whole shtick. He doesn't care. Everybody else at ESPN is very buttoned up, and no, you can't. Please go to this website.
Like Greeny.
Oh, Mr. ESPN.
Yeah, Greeny.
Van Pelt, although I feel like has some integrity, he's reading it. Stephen A. All these guys. And McAfee comes out and starts ripping the personalities. And then he actually backtracked and ripped the network, not the personalities, because it's unfair to ask somebody that's being paid by a company and the company says, like, if I worked for the company who was making $1 million and they said, hey, can you read this? I don't think I'm going on the air and ripping the company and saying I'm not reading this.
No.
I'm probably reading it.
I'm going to read it.
I make much less, and I go.
Even I would read it. Okay, even I would do it.
Even Harry would do it with a smile on his face.
Yes.
All right. What are people saying about the Eagles on the text line there, Ray Diggity?
Yeah, it's amazing how many people are just upset about YouTube TV. It's taking them from the Birds conversation. We did get someone checking in with the Eagles don't look like a Super Bowl team, but this team did not look like a Super Bowl team through 8 weeks last year. I'm not sweating it right now. Talk to me after the Packers game.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that take.
Right. I don't think anybody has to look like a Super Bowl team right now, but I would be more concerned if I felt like maybe they've already played their best football. I don't think anybody believes the defense certainly hasn't played their best football. The offense hasn't totally clicked. All right, 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Feedback, the feedback segment, last portion of the show. 975 feedback at 975thefanatic.com. You can also text the text line. Just use the word feedback in there so we know. Last segment of the show, our artificial intelligence voice will voice the best emails and texts. Coming up, Ryan Clark said the Packers don't look like a Super Bowl team yesterday. Does he have criticism about the Eagles? We'll play that for you coming up as well. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Preparing for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call 610-980-4000. Eagles are preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay, getting back to the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Both Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown, full participants. Cam Jurgens did not practice. We got a chance to hear from the Eagles as locker room availability following practice for the first time since the bye. A.J. Brown, the first time we've heard from him since the cryptic Instagram post. This is what he had to say about trade rumors and where he is right now.
It's not that I was surprised. I didn't know. Like I said, I was only focused on my family and being present and getting healthy, so...
Seems like he has gotten healthy. He said he will play Monday night against the Packers. Elsewhere in Philadelphia sports yesterday, the Flyers with a 3-1 win over the Predators. Noah Cates had the go-ahead goal in the win. Matvei Michkov ended a 9-game scoreless drought, or at least 9-game goalless drought for him in the victory for the Flyers. 76ers and Raptors tomorrow night at 7:30 at home as the Sixers bringing back hip-hop and the black jerseys for the first time this season in that game. This update's also brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders makes you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
anybody. And when I say anybody, like they can legitimately walk into any stadium and be beat. Those aren't normally the feelings we have about Super Bowl teams.
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. John Marks, Harry Mays, Ray Dunn. Good morning, everybody. That's Ryan Clark.
Was he talking about the Packers there or the Eagles?
He played again. I don't know. I think so. Talk about the Packers.
Okay. But there's also like this thing, we can lose to anybody. And when I say anybody, like they can legitimately walk into any stadium and be beat. Those aren't normally the feelings we have about Super Bowl teams.
He's right.
He's right about that.
He's right.
And I didn't really get that feeling about the Eagles last year until they went to Los Angeles and beat the Rams.
Yep.
I thought they were going to lose that game because, prior to that, we all know about the 2-2 start and then the bye. And, you're beating Cleveland. Nobody's going to think you're a Super Bowl team because you beat the Browns. Then they beat the Giants. They beat Cincinnati on the road. That was impressive because Burrow played in that game.
It was an impressive win.
That was. But I thought they'd win that game.
Right.
Jacksonville, it was Jacksonville. They beat Dallas with Cooper Rush.
Jacksonville was not impressive. The game was, I think they were up
won
early.
That game.
They were up early, and then it's one of these games where Jacksonville could have won that game.
Yep. They held on. They beat Washington, but the back-to-back road games, I thought they'd lose one of those games, and I thought it was going to be the Rams, and they beat the Rams, and they scored 37 on them, and then they beat Baltimore on the road, and that's when I'm like, wow.
Baltimore was a good win.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think that was the moment, but then the offense was still kind of shaky a little bit because the following week was the Panthers game, and that's after the game. A.J. Brown, who finally spoke again yesterday, but A.J. Brown was asked about after the game, and he said, what's wrong with the offense? And he said, it's the passing offense. He's like, what's wrong? It's like the passing offense. And then everybody was like, oh my God, he's called out Jalen Hurts. And then BG went on the radio and said that they're, there's obviously not what the friends they used to be, and you got to keep it business, and the personal stuff can't get involved in business, and that created an entire thing. And then the following week against the Steelers, Jalen came out and they threw the ball whenever they wanted to, and they beat the Steelers.
Right.
They lost to the Commanders, and Jalen got injured in that game.
Yep.
Blew out the Cowboys. Was that with Tanner? Who? Jalen didn't play that game, right?
No, that was with Tanner.
Was that with Tanner?
Yeah, had to be.
Getting the start? Am I remembering that correctly? Well, Kenny Pickett started, and then Tanner McKee came in through for 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
And that was a blowout. And then they're sitting at 13-3, and then the rest is pretty much history.
Yeah, McKee with 2 touchdowns on 4 attempts.
Yep.
He completed 3 passes, and 2 of them were touchdowns.
Throws a nice ball.
Yeah.
So there were times where, I agree with you, it was an impressive win after the Rams. Mm-hmm. I just remember at some point last year saying, and it was probably after that Rams game because Saquon had those long runs. Because what was everybody saying about the Eagles last year? You can't rely on running the football to win the Super Bowl. At some point, you're going to have to play your offense differently, which they did in the Super Bowl. But
right.
I got to the point where, because the old thing, well, you win championships, you play great defense, and you run the football. This isn't 1986. That's not how you win championships. That's what the Eagles did last year.
Yeah.
And at some point when you're watching them, I said they actually can win the Super Bowl like this. They were dominating everybody on the line of scrimmage. You don't feel like that this year.
No.
And I don't think I'm going to feel like that this year.
Not for 4 quarters, anyway.
No. They're not the same team this year. However, you can't make a case that there's anybody in the NFC that is legitimately better than the Eagles. Can you, Ray? Can you right now make a case?
No. And that's one of the greatest, causes for comfort right now. The next 2 weeks are going to tell you quite a bit how they match up with these 2 NFC North teams. But for me, I can't look around and say anyone else is definitively better. Teams at the similar level.
They could
I can't
lose.
say anyone's better.
They could lose. The Eagles could. Last year, I didn't feel like the Eagles were losing.
We did get a text from Mark at Doylestown that says, I don't think this team is Super Bowl level because I look at this defense and the personnel is nowhere near as good as last season.
Yep, agreed. Yeah, and let's see what happens over the course of the next couple of weeks as they get going. No, it's not the same defense.
And with some of these acquisitions that Howie made over the deadline, or right before the deadline, should boost the defense. I'm really encouraged by Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, for sure.
Part of this
yeah,
team.
I can't wait to see him. And he spoke yesterday as well. We'll have some of that for you as well. Also, We got to hear from A.J. Brown for the first time since the cryptic Instagram post. And he was asked if he wants to be here. We'll play that for you. We'll discuss. We have Dominic and Herb on the line, 610-632-0975. It is Middays with Marks with Mays on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports city full of passionate and knowledgeable fans.
Has I said anything to not be here or something like that? I gotta ask the question here.
That's A.J. Brown yesterday. You actually have went on social media and put tweets and Instagram posts out to where people were wondering if you wanted to be here.
Right.
That's why you're being asked that.
Right. But I know there's a lot of Eagle fans that get angry with
Right.
the media for asking those kinds
Right.
of questions.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not even, I would have loved if somebody would have been quick enough on their feet. And I'm not even telling you that I would have been able to do that in the moment. But if somebody would have responded back and said, well, AJ, you haven't actually said that you don't want to be here, but you do put out some posts on Instagram or Twitter that make a lot of people believe that you do have
That
some
can be-
unhappiness with being here.
Right. That can be read that you're not happy here.
So
You know?
based on your last Instagram post, can you tell us about that? But you could tell because it's been so long, they were walking kind of a tight, like they were very tight asking him the question because they were worried that you were going to get some type of a pushback or a kind of snotty answer, which you did.
Yeah.
You see Devontae in the background of it? Devontae was in the background of the – Ray, did you see the Devontae still shot?
Yeah.
Devontae's in the background, and he looks at it. He gave some face when the question was asked. It's very funny.
Well, it was like he was organizing his stuff. He hears the question. He leans back, looks, and just like, oh, come on.
Right. Yeah, oh, come on. The guy is putting out Instagram and Twitter posts. Everybody's speculating what it's about or knowing that it's unhappiness with what's going on. Like, come on.
Don't be cryptic.
Yeah, just don't put the post out, and we're not going to get that.
Exactly.
But for the most, I mean, he answered the question. He was fine with answering it. By the way, I like AJ. I don't want the Eagles to trade AJ. I love AJ.
I think he's great.
Yeah, I think he's great. But
how about he puts out a picture of, from the archives. He goes back through his phone and finds one of him and Jalen hugging it out or something with big smiles on their face. And post that on your stupid Instagram. That'll shut everybody up, right?
He's not going to do that, which is the whole point. He doesn't want to. All he would have to do, even if it's disingenuous, all he would have to do is just say the right thing, and he won't do it.
Right.
And he won't do it. So, whatever. I'm just happy that he's healthy because he is going to be back. They asked him. He said, I'm playing in the game. And I don't think that – I'm not worried that there's – I'm not worried about the locker room and could this cause a problem down the stretch. I think this team, everybody knows where AJ's at. Everybody knows where everybody else is at. They're comfortable with it. You'd be stupid not to think that AJ isn't unhappy with the offense or something that's going on internally.
First play of the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a TO type.
Yep.
First play action, line up under center, play action to Saquon. How about a flea flicker?
Oh.
To Saquon. AJ kind of acts like he's not running the route, and then boom.
I think Saquon could have a big night. I mean, Rico Dowdle ran all over them last week.
He's good.
He is good.
Rico Dowdle.
He is good. But he's not Saquon Barkley.
And the line's getting healthier.
Yes.
And they have
Landon
looked better.
Dickerson has had some nice, time off.
They looked better. Saquon has had more effectiveness in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do it.
Toth had a good game against the Giants at center.
You know what? For all the crap I talked on Toth, Ray, he might be better than Cam Jurgens. Let's trade Cam Jurgens trade deadline.
Let's not get nuts.
Get him out of here. MVP. Yeah.
I mean, come on. They went under center. Like, that changed everything. Brett Toth, where were you?
I'm feeling good.
I am too.
I'm feeling good about the team. I really am. Feels like that they're entering their. Honestly, just a quick look ahead. I think this is a relatively easy win against the Packers. Not an easy win, but the Eagles are in control for most of the game. And then it's the week after with the Lions. Like you talked about the early line for it. The Eagles are only favored by a point and a half.
I'm really ticked off with myself for having looked ahead at the line. I was on the app, and I'm like, oh boy, wow, that's weird.
But you know what that is? That's the read of the Eagles probably it's going to be a close game this week. And then Monday night on the road coming back to Philly. It's not a long flight or anything like that, but it's still a short week.
Yeah, and then, Detroit probably has a big win over Washington.
And they get rolling.
With the backup quarterback.
Well, also right now with the matchups, do the Eagles match up well against what the Lions do well? Lions offense, I know that they don't put it out there every week.
Gibbs is a nice player.
I love their
player.
offense.
Yeah, so do I.
Montgomery is a perfect complement to Gibbs.
Yeah.
St. Brown is an amazing talent. Jamison Williams is your second best wide receiver. Hawkinson's a good tight end. I like the Eagles need to figure out the secondary stuff still. I don't know if it's going to be Jair or Alexander. I don't know who it's going to be. But, at least.
Yeah, where they put Cooper on the outside.
They might end up having to do.
The guy they got from the Jets, Carter.
Michael Carter.
In the slot.
Not Michael Carter Williams.
No. I think it's like Michael Carter.
The second.
Carter's second, yeah.
It's like, aren't you the second, Ray?
I'm the fifth.
Oh, you're the fifth.
But there's not the same middle name.
Well, then that doesn't make you a fifth.
I was waiting for how about that? I was giving you the air for that. I saw you go to the drop board. I was just waiting to hear it.
Because I'm a second.
Because you have a different middle name.
No, I have the same middle name.
But it's not your father.
Correct.
Is that how you become the second?
It's my grandfather.
So that's how you become the second. Because I'm a junior. This is weird. I'm a junior.
Okay.
Same name as my father.
That's how you get. I always wondered how you got the second. The second to me was I never understood that how you went second.
Same name, different. Not your dad. That's how you become the second. So that's how you become the fifth.
Right, but we didn't go with the same middle name down
Well,
there.
that goes
When you
way
can't,
back.
then you can't be the fifth.
No, I know. That's why I don't get the cool Roman numeral. But I'm the fifth straight Raymond Dunn. We just all wanted to honor someone else with the middle name.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's 5 Raymond Dunns.
Yeah, I know.
I
How about that?
I was asked if I had a boy, would I do the third?
Right.
I said no.
No, I would never do that. To
No,
someone.
I don't want to. You think that's bad parenting?
I'm not having any boys, but like, if
Well,
I
I mean,
were,
you still could, Harry.
if I could, yeah, I'm very virile. Yeah.
Where's the laugh? Where I put it? Oh, I don't have it on.
I feel a lot of pressure to keep the line going. At this point,
Oh, you
there's
do?
been 5 in a row. I mean, I can't be the one that stops that.
I would agree.
Well, I could see that. Yeah. I mean, if you're at 5, maybe it's
And
like,
I'm the one that
you
screws it
can't-
up.
You can't stop it.
so I'm an only child.
Okay.
So and my cousin Danny has a boy, so he can continue the name. But you worry about that kind of stuff. It's like, all right, I got 3 girls, I don't have a boy, so that's one less Marks that will be out there because they're gonna all get married and whatever. So it's like they can't continue the Marks name. But yeah,
I was essentially an only child too,
yeah.
because my sister is like 6 years younger than me. Like you spend the first 5.5 years of your life, your formative years, as you're the only one. You're kind of an only child.
So you disown your sister
I'm
at
not
6?
No, but she came along a little later.
She showed up. He's like,
Just like I'm like, my mom, like, what are we doing here?
It's not that long. You're acting like it's 18 years or
No,
something.
it's 6. I was in first grade.
He's in kindergarten. Like, do we really need her
Yeah, do we
here?
really need
Is
this?
this really a sibling of mine?
I'm kind of liking this arrangement.
yeah.
All right, NFC power rankings to who you wouldn't want to face the Eagles. Who you wouldn't want to face in the playoffs. Not right now.
Okay.
In the playoffs. Who's the number 1 team you wouldn't want to face, Harry?
Now, are we considering the Eagles at home field?
Yeah.
Because they're in. If the playoffs started today,
They're home field.
They're home field because they have the tiebreakers on everybody, including Seattle, because of their conference record.
It changes the Lions for sure.
Yes.
If you're in Philly against the Lions, you think much differently than in Ford Field. Tampa,
Same
even
with
though
Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa.
I wouldn't want to go to Tampa.
I would not want to go to Tampa. No, I wouldn't. Seattle might be
Seattle's better on the road.
Yeah,
actually.
it's weird. They have been.
Yeah, which is
been really good.
bizarre. But I can't see Sam Darnold beating the Eagles in late January.
I don't want to go to Seattle. Point blank, this team never plays well in Seattle. I don't care. You could have John at quarterback for the Seahawks, and I would not want them to go to Seattle.
My first, second, and third answer are the Rams. The way the Eagles have beaten them, and they are mad as hell that
You don't
they
want
lost.
them here either.
I don't want them anywhere.
You don't want them at all.
I don't want them anywhere. Sean McVay, for everybody, when you look at a guy like Mike McDaniel, and it's like, oh, well, he's the offensive guru, but the guys don't respect him. That team looks at Sean McVay and they're like, he's the guy.
Right. Yeah.
Across the board with scheme, with culture, with everything. They look at him and they're like, that we're playing for that guy right there. Eagles play for Sirianni. The Rams play for McVay. And when you beat a team that many times in big spots like that, you can't keep doing it. The Eagles with the Bucks back 20 years ago, 25 years ago, the Bucks couldn't win in the cold weather.
Below 42 degrees, I think, was the mark.
It was documented. It was, I don't know how many games every time they played, they would lose. And the Eagles had beaten them a number of times in the playoffs.
And they had some good teams.
They had some good teams.
Yeah.
Yep. And the 2002, everybody from that team had said they went in looking at it confident. They thought that they were going to be able to beat them.
Yeah, all those Dungy teams couldn't get it done.
And then Grudog comes in for the 1 year. We'll give Dominic a second or two to discuss. Dominic, go ahead, man. How are you? I cannot punch him up. Is he not on the line there, Ray?
Dominic.
Is Dominic not there? Is it just Herb that's there? Dominic's not there. All right, well, we need more time for Herb. We can't bring on Herb right now. 610-632-09. Herb was in the parking lot yesterday. He was driving around the mascots.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Down by the stadium.
So they were going on a media tour yesterday, and they came to One Balla because they were going on all the radio stations.
Oh, so he drove him here.
He drove him here. He's texting me saying that what he's doing. So he's got a bus with all the mascots on it.
How did he get that gig? That's a good gig.
He works down at the the Xfinity Mobile.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it's called now? He works down there doing like quote unquote, air quotes security.
Yeah.
So he's driving around. So he's texting me, and I'm like, yeah, well, that's where I work, Herb. And then I'm walking in, and Herb, I can see the bus, and he's hanging out the window yelling at me.
With the
Hey,
mascots.
Johnny! And the mascots were getting on the bus at the same time.
I'd like to see the video of that.
I should have taken a video of it. Herb's coming up next. I think Dominic is back as well. 610-632-0975. Jalen Phillips might have put himself on the Mount Rushmore of pandering after his first locker room scrum yesterday. I disagree. I don't think it was pandering. I'm telling you, that's how good it is, Ray. That's how good it is.
One line that he says that gave it away.
Okay.
Nobody compliments this about this city.
We'll break it down coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Preparing for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay, getting back to the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Both Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown were full participants, but Cam Jurgens did not practice for the Birds. A.J. Brown got a chance to talk with media for the first time since the cryptic Instagram post weeks ago, and he was asked about the trade rumors that he dealt with over the bye.
It's not that I was surprised. I didn't know. Like I said, I was only focused on my family and being present and getting healthy, so.
And healthy he is. The full participant in practice said he's good to go for Monday night against the Packers. Flyers won 3-1 last night over the Predators. Noah Cates had the go-ahead goal in the win for the Flyers. Matvei Michkov broke a 9-game goalless streak in the win. 76ers have the Raptors Saturday night at 7:30. You can list the game here on the Fanatic. Big night for the Sixers, bringing out the old black uniforms and bringing back hip-hop. This update's brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football in King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders makes you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. And Harry Mays, also Mays with an E-T-U. Now back to a man who actually does need an introduction, John Marks.
All right, it is Middays with Marks 97.5, The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. It is a Football Friday. It is brought to you by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive into great deals at the Fall Sales Event. Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Great deals. Visit norristownchrislerdodge.com. We tried a little new song. I'm trying a new live instead of playing the produced liner coming back where it says, like listen to Middays with Marks on the, on the 97.5 The Fanatic app.
Right.
Try something live with.
Oh, so that's what that was. That threw me.
It was new. First time we did it.
Okay.
I want to hear what it sounds like on the actual show.
Okay.
And then so Ray plays the Magnum PI music underneath, and he reads it.
Felt good,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the way it sounded coming in. I mean, I don't like the sound of my voice, so I can't give you anything beyond the dun-dun, but that was good.
Right. And then I don't know if we need a piece of production that goes into the music or what, but I want to hear what it sounds like on the air. Because he promoted you on social media, Harry.
That's what threw me. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Also, I got Sean Robbins standing over my shoulder here because he was checking to make sure that he helped out, put everything in. So thank you for your work, Robin. But he's holding him over my shoulder.
Breathing down your neck?
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Robin, thanks for your help.
That's what I'm going to be doing at the BC game coming up. And
are you going to be lurking behind him?
Lurking. And
there is a table right there.
I know.
I don't know who's using that table. They used to have an SID over there.
Right.
Nobody uses that table.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sit there.
Somebody actually sat down next to us, like on the broadcast table in the middle of the security, grabbed the guy and took him away.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's 3 seats. It's me, Jason Ivey, and then there's a third empty seat there for, I guess, Lord knows whoever wants to come sit next to us.
I'm going to sit there and I'm bringing headphones so I look like I belong.
Well, if you had a post-game interview or someone came and I guess it's nice to have a seat just in case, right?
Well, we'll probably have someone from Big 5 Classic, I assume, for halftime. So I guess that makes sense. So eventually it'll get used. But yeah, probably 8-9 minutes left in the game. I was like, I feel the presence. And Jason Ivey's a big dude, but I felt used to him. I looked down to my left. There's just a random dude in a sweatshirt, just chilling, sitting next to us. And I see security come down and grab. Jason's doing a great job breaking down the action. I'm totally distracted. They could have hit 3 threes in a row. I was just looking at the guy
was there something wrong with him, or did he just think that was an opportunity to sit courtside and no one would know?
I think he was just oh, these two guys are so locked into the game, no one's going to notice.
Right.
And security immediately was like, excuse me, sir, this is not your seat.
This wasn't a TikTok reel, and that's why they did it, so he could sit down there and get.
I'm sure his buddy was probably videoing him. I imagine this was an opportunity to be like, look, there he is. Ha, Mark got down with,
Right.
But it was wild to watch happen in real time for me. I was like, am I going to have to.
He didn't take a sip of your soda or anything, did he?
No. He was on Jason Ivey's side. I was protected. Jason Ivey would take care of that if we needed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess around. Jason Ivey's 6'7". I wouldn't mess around.
They were before the game. They're like, "You like these seats because you look tall, right?" I'm sitting next to Jason Ivey. I'm never gonna look tall in my life.
But Ray, what are you? 5'11", 5'10"?
Yeah, 5'11".
Yeah, 5'11". I'm listed at 5'10". I'm not. But so when I stand next to really tall athletes, I'm conscious of that.
Yeah.
I look really little. There was at training camp. There was a picture. I was in between Ike and Fletcher Cox. And,
oh wow!
And I was I had no confidence in the picture because it felt like I was the little guy in between two big guys.
You feel like a child.
The picture was so bad, and immediately they put it out on social media, and I'm like, thanks.
Of course, yeah,
I appreciate it.
Well, there's one of those that's floating around from years ago when Jason and I were doing the show, and we had to go to Sixers meet. It was like the first
media
practice, or the media day, and we're doing our show from over there, and we got a picture with Embiid. Jason standing on a chair, and I'm standing just normal.
Yeah, I did do that. I did that
funny.
with Brent Selleck before.
Yeah.
I stood on a table.
Pretty funny.
And then posed next to him.
Yeah,
it was short guys. But anyway, Jason Ivey's pretty tall.
Yeah, big dude.
You're all right. Jalen Phillips, the newest Eagle, in 1 second. Dominic from Delaware. It's not Dominic the Donkey. It's Dominic from Delaware. What's up, Dominic?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Dom.
Hey, so I figured I'd try to clear up, hopefully, this whole streaming service thing for you guys, because I went through the same thing. Had Comcast. I was like, man, I don't want to cut the cord. Yeah, I just didn't trust it. I was like, I need this buffering. I don't know if it's going to drop, pause, whatever. But I switched to Hulu Live. So YouTube has live TV and all that, but it's not anywhere near on the same level as like Hulu, because it comes with ESPN Plus. You get everything. It's awesome. Like, I'm from Delaware, so now I get my Delaware State games, the University of Delaware games.
Oh. Were you watching Ray Dunn the other night when Delaware State was taking on Temple?
I had that recorded. I've not watched that yet, but yes, I have it recorded. I'm excited for it. No,
Okay.
it's great though. But you know what's nice about it too is when you DVR, because unfortunately I have to do it just with the kids and their sports and all that stuff.
Yeah.
With Comcast, you have to wait. If you're not at the house, you have to wait until you can start watching it, like until it's over, completely over. You can pick up 2 minutes in, an hour in, half hour in. It doesn't matter. Like, you're good to go. As long as you're on a Wi-Fi, you're good. Now, if you try to do it from a cell service, it's a little bit different of a story. But, yeah, Hulu Live absolutely is the way to go. I think we were paying like $320, $350 through Comcast. Now we just have the internet. It's like $120. And I think Hulu Live's like, what, I don't know, $80, $90, maybe $100. So we end up saving like about $150 a month.
So that's really
definitely
what this
the way to go.
That's really what this is all about.
Thanks, Dominic.
ESPN is just being difficult, so they eventually get us YouTubers to switch to Hulu.
Yep.
That's really what it is.
Yep. The consumer ends up getting screwed, but yeah, you can understand the perspective of Disney.
It's
you
a
can
pain-
understand
it's a
the
pain to
perspective of
switch.
YouTube
Yeah.
saying we have a lot of people that
Yeah.
watch, so we're not agreeing to your deal because you need us, and
Right.
and Disney's saying no.
I don't need
no.
Disney.
You actually, well, you do.
I don't need the Disney part of it. The Hulu Live, I have the ESPN Plus already.
Right. But to watch the NFL games though, you need because the NFL's not going to. They don't allow you to take it. They don't offer their services for that kind of stuff. If they did, then you wouldn't need to pay them extra to stream. My kids had a softball game on one of the Phillies Dodgers games, and I signed up for HBO Max because they stream TBS, and that was $16, and I was like, whatever, I'll sign up for a month and I'll get it. So I'm watching it. You can't just do a free I couldn't do a free subscription. I had to actually buy it. And then I'm like, okay, that's cool, and I like some HBO stuff, so I can use that or whatever.
Right.
I get an email saying, oh, by the way, you're going up to $18.95 now. The price has increased. Like, what do you
Right.
mean the price increased already? I haven't even had it for 2 weeks. Boom, out.
Well,
Done.
that's what they do. They put this great show will be on like Paramount, and then there's another great show on HBO. So if you want to watch all these shows, you got to get all the freaking apps.
Correct. Yeah, everybody should have Comcast, Ray.
Yes.
Keep Comcast.
This is a great commercial
the
for
Comcast
cable.
Business
Everything-
Studio, yes.
Well, I have Comcast Business as my internet.
There you go.
Yeah, it's lightning fast.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I had said that I want to be able to turn on my TV and watch whatever I want to watch, whenever I want to watch. And with cable, I can do that. All right, let's hear Jalen Phillips, newest Eagle, speaking yesterday. Ray apparently has some problem with what he said. Here it is.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was excited day one. I mean, talk to me now. Like, this is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. City of Phillies, giving me a very warm welcome. I got about 20 times the amount of Instagram likes that I ever got on a post before from Philly fans, so shout out to y'all. But yeah, it's been great so far. Getting out there practicing. I love the weather here. I love the locker room. Like, everything's awesome.
Wait, he loves the weather here.
Yeah.
Pandering. He's pandering. You had me for 25 seconds. I don't believe for a second you come from Miami and you're like, the weather here rocks.
Well, he grew up in California and then played college football and pro football in Florida.
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami.
So here's why you're wrong. It's different. It's not. Is he going to be saying the same thing in February or in
No.
January? No, he's going to say this sucks.
Right.
But right now,
He likes the fall.
Yeah, the fall's cool.
Yeah.
When you don't live there, right? I was in Hawaii for 2 years. You missed the change of seasons. He's never seen this before.
Yeah.
No.
This isn't why. Hold on. If he's going to pander, he's going to pander for the weather.
Yeah, I agree.
No, he's pandering here because he's saying something that's clearly not true. You give me anything. You give me the food scene. You give me anything that you got here. You get off that plane for the first time as a Miami, as a California kid, and you feel that chill as you're walking in. No shot. You're
Well,
like,
maybe that's what football feels like to him.
Yeah,
it
but
should
that-
be like that.
Football for him his whole life has been warm.
I thought you were gonna. And why would you have a problem with it? But I thought you were gonna mention the Instagram.
Well, 20 times the likes.
yeah.
No, I'm good with that, man. Get your engagement up.
Right.
Get a couple endorsement deals off that. I'm all good.
Right.
Live off the socials.
Ray, you're focusing on a weather comment. This dude went from a guy that wears capris as a head coach, and a crappy owner, a stadium that's been around since when was that? When was that stadium built? Like it's Ace Ventura, like the 80s.
It was old Joe Robbie
Joe
Stadium.
Robbie.
Yeah.
And he goes from that coming up here to a team that's been in 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, that's won 2 Super Bowls in less than 10 years, that has a ton of talent on offense and defense. Has NovaCare's not brand new, but has newer facilities, has a newer stadium.
A supportive owner.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me?
A general manager that is never going to shy away from doing deals to better the team.
Unbelievable. Dom's picking him up at the airport, taking him for cheesesteaks
John
and stuff.
Clark met him at the airport.
Or Airport Johnny.
I mean, come on.
Spin this thing because the pandering's a good thing.
Yeah,
He's a Nick
it is.
Sirianni culture fit. That's a guy that's going to get along with Sirianni every single day.
He's a Vic Fangio culture fit.
Yeah, well, he played well under Fangio, but if he understands pandering from day one,
Sirianni's
him
not
and
a panderer. He's not a panderer.
Not anymore, he isn't. He was.
He yells at the fans.
He was a panderer from day one.
He was when he'd wear the shirts. Every other day.
Yeah, but that was for I believe that was for his players, not for the fans.
Yeah,
I mean, he bought him points with the fans.
Okay, yeah, people want him fired all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know how much it buys him. No,
now he's yelling at the fans.
he's yelling at the fans. What do you mean he's pandering?
He pandered for what, 2-3 years there?
Yeah.
That's a day one fit.
All right, give me your Mount Rushmore of Philly panders.
Harper.
Bryce Harper. He's in there.
Is he the number 1 seed?
He's in there.
Yeah, he's the number 1 seed.
It's hard for me to argue.
Yeah.
I don't believe he panders. I think it's genuine.
You think?
Yes, I think it's genuine. Is it calculated? Maybe somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the whole Fanatic thing.
But also, like, don't you want your athletes to kind of want your fans to like what you're doing?
I genuinely think that they like being here. I don't think that's
Harper
fake.
likes being here.
Yes.
At least he did.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he likes the general manager right now, but I don't think Philadelphia takes a hit.
All right, Harper on the pandering board. Who? I don't even know. We don't have a lot of panders here.
Exactly. Phillips might be on the Mount Rushmore already.
No,
Took him one day.
Any of these new Sixers players, have they
Not
pandered?
Embiid. That's
no,
for sure.
I know that.
Not Embiid. Not Daryl Morey.
McCain, is he a panderer? He's a dancer.
He's
know that.
He's a TikTok dancer.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is. Schwarber's not a panderer. He's just the best guy ever.
Yeah.
I can't say that.
Schwarber's like that, like a Kelsey type of dude. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as
an
over the top.
overexposed Kelsey. But before Kelsey got overexposed, they were very similar.
Yeah.
Guy you just want to sit around and crack beers with, you know.
Overall good dude.
Yeah.
And Jason's
He is.
Jason's a great dude. Yeah, he really is. It's painful to watch.
I just see him too much.
Yeah, it's painful to watch a lot of the baseball take he had from earlier this
Right.
week, where he's yelling and screaming about the Dodgers. It's like, hey, you realize the Phillies are trying to buy a World Series too,
yeah,
bro.
Exactly.
Ray, you've made plans for Monday night. Is that correct?
Yeah, I already had plans for Monday night.
All right.
As soon as we had that segment, I immediately started sending out texts.
So you have no responsibilities on air, like to do a pregame show?
He does the
A
pregame.
pregame, yeah.
Oh,
So I'll do a pregame, and then I'll just wander wherever.
Okay.
All right, Tim McManus joins us at 12:55. Yesterday, he was on Unfiltered, talked about the health of Cam Jurgens. We have that. Got to get into some Phillies conversation as well as, free agency opens and nothing happens. Way to go, Major League Baseball. A lot of decisions for the Phillies. That's coming up next. And Herb from Northeast Philly makes his return to the show after this. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo.
Locks are coming up later on in the program. Don't let us get hot. The Liberty Safe Locks of the Week. I think we all hit again last week.
Well, I gave out 2. I went 1-1.
Well, I went 2-0, but I don't.
That's a win in my book.
Well, my college pick was winning until about a minute left in the game, and Cal threw a pick 6, and UVA won by 10.
That's how you lost?
Yes.
A pick 6?
A pick 6 with a minute to go.
We won we both had the Bears on that last touchdown. If he gets tackled, they kick a field goal to win. They would just kneel on it to
the tight end.
Kick it. The tight end, Loveland.
Yeah, so what was taken from you was given to us.
Okay.
So thank you for that.
But also, it got taken from us because they were up 14 points. The Bears were up 14 points, and there was a pick 6 that got called back because he ruled down by contact.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't a pick 6. That would have put him up 21. And they end up blowing it because Flacco comes back, and then they kick a field goal, they win by 1 because they were only down by 2. So if Loveland catches that ball and goes down at the 30,
they kick a field goal.
They kick a field goal, they win by 1.
Right. I didn't even think Flacco was going to play when we did the
seem
locks
like
on
it.
Friday.
Meanwhile, he throws for 400
Right.
yards. Unbelievable. Ray's getting what he wants.
Yeah.
Ray from one of our first shows, he wants Flacco to continue to be a starter into 50, I think.
I want him to surpass Brady. That's all I want. I just want him to get past the age that Brady played till.
Not going to happen. Not as a starter.
He's still slinging it. No, I need one start a season. I don't need him to start 16 games.
Yeah.
All right.
Because then we can do the whole what's more impressive thing, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to be like Gordie Howe starting at 50.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
And
my
that would be the
NFL
best thing.
My NFL pick was Buffalo outright. And
That was an easy one?
Yeah.
That was a good one. Good pick.
That was a good one.
All right, so what we're saying is that, you go on the FanDuel or the BetParks app or whatever, our picks have been pretty good. That's coming up later on in the show. Feedback, which is 975-FEEDBACK at 975thefanatic.com, or you can use the text line of 610-632-0975. Anything that we're talking about on the air, all you do is text on your phone anyway. So text, put feedback, like, is Harper the number 1 overall seed of panders in Philadelphia right now? Is Jalen Phillips a panderer because he said he likes the weather? No.
He's very excited to be here.
Yeah.
That's the way I took it.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah. To escape that direct team, that's got to be such an awful culture. We talk about culture in sports all the time.
How different it is up here than down there.
Oh, my God. That has to be as close to toxic as it gets.
For sure.
For an NFL locker room.
Yeah, they fired the GM. Everybody hates the coach.
Yeah.
And it's made clear the coach is probably even coming back next year. He's wearing capris.
He is weird. He's
So-
a weird dude.
One thing that's going to happen down there, because you can already see them, Schefter's doing the thing where it's like, what are they going to do at quarterback? When Tua is finally gone from that organization, I don't want to call it propaganda because probably a lot of it's true, but the amount that they're going to feed out of that organization about how much Tua was a problem in there is going to be nuts. This offseason, the news cycle following him leaving is going to be, they're going to dump on him.
They can't
left
get
and
rid of
right.
him yet.
Especially if the coach survives.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I think it's setting up for. If McDaniel's going to survive, they're going to put this all on Tua and say that Tua destroyed everything they had.
Well, what do they do, though? The only thing I remember reading is it's almost impossible to move off of him until after next year. So you just bench. I mean, Atlanta has Kirk Cousins sitting on the bench making a ton of money.
Right.
I guess you could do that. I don't know. All right, let's hear Tim McManus yesterday. So Cam Jurgens, we had talked about the MVP of the Eagles this year. Everybody's talking about Jalen Hurts or this player or that player. Brett Toth should be the MVP because since Cam Jurgens has exited the lineup, they started lining up under center. But here's T-Mac talking about the health of Cam Jurgens.
The Eagles haven't put him on IR, and so we can just kind of deduce that they feel like it's not a 4+ week injury, right? And so we should be coming close to a point where we see him back on the practice field, but we haven't as of yet. That he was, A.J. Brown was back out there. He had the hamstring injury, of course, that kept him out of the Giants game. Saquon Barkley with the groin injury that kept him out of the fourth quarter against the Giants. But he told us in the locker room that if it was a closer game, he'd probably be out there.
Yeah. So it sounds like he's back this week. All right. That's good.
I'm interested to see how the Packers use Micah Parsons and who's going to have to deal with him more. Is it Lane Johnson?
You move him around.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Green Bay, I'm moving him around all over the place.
I'm trying to think with Dallas, did he have more success over Mailata? Because as good as Mailata is, you can get to him.
Well, Mailata hasn't had a great year.
He has not had a great year.
But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Landon Dickerson has been hurt and in and out.
All these offensive linemen based on their usage last year because of Saquon and the tush push. I don't think any of them are healthy this year. Lane hasn't been healthy. Steen's pretty much the only guy that's really been out there, and he wasn't a starter last year.
And he was always sort of the fifth guy out of the five anyway,
right,
coming into the season. As far as if you were going to rank them, right?
For sure. Yeah.
I want to see what Micah Parsons has been doing.
I think he had a sack last week. He had the one game where he had a ton of sacks. Now, it is interesting because I would line him up maybe over center, or they definitely move him around. That's the advantage of having him. But
he had 3 against the Cardinals a couple of weeks ago. 1 against the Steelers, none last week.
I say none last week. Yeah. He's going to be a problem.
He's got 6.5 for the season.
He's going to be a problem, Harry Mays. Let's go to Herb in Northeast Philly. Herb, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, listen, Johnny, I'm going to text you an app, okay? And it's free TV. I just gave it to Ike a couple days ago.
Oh.
But I'm going to tell you about the YouTube. They're taking $20 off. I'm paying $89. It's going to be $69. Okay, starting this next my next bill is paid November 28th. So it's going to be $69 plus another $20 because they charged me on October. Okay, so you can sign up for ESPN, ESPN2, and Plus for $12.99. So $69 and $12.99 is $82. $83.
So you're coming out ahead.
Days, whatever.
Right.
But listen, what I'm telling you is I got this app that's free. I don't pay anything. It's all over the country.
So it's you're telling me this is illegal?
You have to no. Okay.
Okay.
It's got all the games. It's got everything. Okay. Every sport you want. Okay.
So hold on. You have an app. Hold on. Listen.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you have an app that you can watch any game of any sport, including the NFL?
Right.
But it's not illegal.
5 or 6. Right, exactly. Yep. And you just have to punch in like 5-10 minutes. You got to punch in before a certain time because, like last week with the World Series, when I got home, when I tried to punch it in as I got home, it was filled up. You know what I'm saying? They only let so many people.
Right. Herb, it's not legal.
What?
Just so you know, this is illegal. I can't have you promoting an illegal product.
No, this is legal, bro.
Okay.
My friend from Atlantic City told me all about
Atlantic City.
So if he told me about it, it's legal. Okay. He said he's been using it. Yeah, I'll even put his name on, Jerry Johnson.
Jerry
Johnson from Atlantic City.
All right, yeah, that sounds
very legal.
Yeah,
sounds very
he
legit.
used to work for the Claridge, okay?
So he worked in a casino. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all, Herb. You were involved in a scandal at City Hall. How can I trust you?
No, that's not like this, bro. You're not right, Johnny.
I just Googled free TV apps. And I get Tubi and Pluto TV.
Yeah, you're not. But Herb, send it to me. Thank you. But by the way, how did it go with the mascots yesterday?
I'll send it to you.
All right, send it.
All right, as far as the Phillies go,
yeah.
The Phillies, okay, you're going to start hearing things in the next 7 to 10 days. The managers are having their managers meetings, okay? Okay. So after they'll be talking with the agents down there. So.
All right, well, you let us know. We're up against it. Thank you, Herb. Appreciate it. I look forward to the text with the illegal app.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that, actually.
I'm sure it's totally fine.
It's verified by a guy in Atlantic City.
Yeah, what's his name?
Poor guy, Jerry Johnson, just had his business thrown out there.
He just got outed.
Yeah.
So if I Google Jerry Johnson of the Claridge, when was the last time the Claridge was in business?
Oh,
1990?
a long time ago. That was one of the original ones, wasn't it?
If I asked Herb for a social security number, he might give it on the air. Jerry Johnson, Claridge. Let me Google it. He probably has been arrested at some point.
But I love that. You can get $20 off your bill. Okay,
yeah, awesome.
$20.
Or you can just watch the channels that you want. That's ridiculous. All right. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Your phone calls also. Major League Baseball, MLB trade rumors released their top 50 free agents and projections for each of them. What are the Phillies going to do? What do they have? Who do they target? We have their list coming up next, and the latest with Kyle Schwarber, Ranger Suarez, and JT. That's all coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Prepping for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Eagles getting ready for Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Getting back on the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Both Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown were full participants, but Cam Jurgens did not practice. We got a chance to hear from a number of Eagles as they met with the media following practice, including new Eagle Jalen Phillips, who said this is potentially the best day of his life.
This is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. City of Phillies, giving me a very warm welcome.
We'll see if that warm welcome continues into a cold night in Green Bay on Monday Night Football come this Monday. Flyers won 3-1 last night over the Predators. Noah Cates, the go-ahead goal for the Flyers. Matvei Michkov, his first goal in 9 games last night. 76ers Raptors Saturday at 7:30. Hip-hop is back. The black jerseys will be back in the arena as the Sixers play that game down there at Xfinity Mobile Arena. This update's brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders makes you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Ray Dunn, and your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Middays with Marks. News at noon. McManus at 12:55. And then the best of Ray Dunn from his Temple game the other night. He was very good.
Yeah, he was good.
Harry tipped me off to it after he went nothing but nylon on a 3. And I'm like, oh, right. No, my first reaction was, oh, is there a women's game tonight? And Harry's like, no, it's ESPN Plus, the men's game. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I went right to ESPN Plus. Good broadcast. Good job by Ray.
Fun game.
Nice win.
We got LeBron frames playing on Temple right now. We'll talk about that as well.
I also did the most Philly thing in the world with Griffiths multiple times. In my head, it was Griffith. It was like the old Alshon Jeffries thing.
Right.
In my head, it's Griffith, and it's Griffiths. And I kept toggling in my head between, no, you got to add an S to this name, even though you don't think there's an S.
We'll break it down. Well, it doesn't roll off your tongue easily.
Griffiths.
No, Griffiths.
Gavin Griffiths.
He should change his name.
The LeBron frames.
LeBron frames.
Right. You should change your last name. Take the E off.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll let you get away with it. Let's do this. Let's get Terrell in North Philly, and then we'll segue to some Phillies. Terrell, go ahead, man. What up? Terrell, hello. Hello. Terrell, hello.
Is there an issue with these phones?
Probably. There normally is. Well, no, we just had Herb on.
That's true.
And he called back in.
Doesn't he call in on a different line or something?
He does not have the VIP
Oh,
line.
he doesn't?
No. He has my line.
I
He has my cell phone.
He's probably requested the VIP line.
He is not.
No?
No, he is
Wow.
not. No, Chuck from Mount Airy and those guys have requested that. The TV app is what he texted me, the TV app, and he said, call me later. I'm like, okay.
It's just called TV app?
I'm not going anywhere near this illegal thing.
I don't know.
I'm out. You can go near it.
His defense of it was his buddy in AC that worked in a casino.
Right.
It
The
doesn't get
Claridge.
any better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, the Claridge.
Okay.
Of all the casinos, they worked at the Claridge.
I was waiting for him to roll out the Playboy Casino. Remember that?
Was Nicky Scarfo also? Did he also tell him about the app too? So MLB trade rumors came out with their top 50 free agents and projections for each of them. Now I've been all over the place. ESPN yesterday came out with they came out with projections, but not where the player's going, how much money they're going to cost. So you'll hear Ranger Suarez, you'll be like, oh, well, they're saying he could get 6 years and like $160 million. Not what ESPN said. They were looking at more like $100 million contract for Ranger, $90 million, something like that. Schwarber, same thing. They said 4 years for Schwarber.
Oh, 4, not 5.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I'm all right with that.
the market's going to dictate it. Well, I mean, it used to be I'm not giving him 4. Now everybody realizes he's probably getting 4. They don't want to give him 5.
Well, yeah, 5 was what I had originally seen, like 5 years, 160, I think.
5, yeah, that was the Jim Bowden thing that was put out there. But the MLB trade rumors, and they do this every year. I looked at it, Ray, and I was like, yeah, I don't really buy what they're saying, because one of the things that they put out was that one of the guys, so they have 4 guys that write for the site, right. And they had that Kyle Tucker, one of the guys said prediction Phillies.
Yeah, Darren McDonald.
Correct.
Is the guy who predicts the Phillies.
Well, I don't know who he is, but Kyle Tucker ain't coming to the Phillies, homeboy.
I don't think so.
He might get $400 million. If the Phillies are going and getting another $300+ million guy, that means Schwarber's not coming back. Right? You can't get Schwarber and Tucker.
Right.
If you're to say I'm letting JT Realmuto go, okay, but that's only maybe $15 million a year.
Well, I was listening to Todd Zalecki on with you earlier this week.
With Amy, yes.
And with Amy,
Wednesday.
I listened to it on YouTube. And Zalecki was all about the polar bear.
Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
I just don't. And
How many first baseman DHs can you have?
You know what I think happens with Alonso? If Kyle Schwarber, for whatever reason, was to say, you know what, Cincinnati's offering me 6 years, it's my hometown, I got to take it, then you say, okay, well, we need a DH. Mm-hmm. And it actually is.
You need a right-handed bat with power.
You already need a right-handed bat, for sure. You're very lefty-heavy.
Right.
So it actually would make perfect sense to get a guy that plays first base and DH. So now Bryce and Alonso can be the DH/first baseman.
But I think Zoe's take on it was Schwarber and Alonso, and you move Harper to a corner outfielder spot.
I don't believe Bryce wants that.
Would he do it?
I don't want that. Would he do it?
Could you imagine that, though? Schwarber, Harper, and then Alonso coming after him?
But wasn't the same thing wasn't like Ray last year. Bryce had said for Alonso reportedly that he would move to the outfield. That was also a 1-year deal. So if you're signing Pete Alonso to a 4-year deal, is Bryce Harper playing right field for 4 more years? No, he's not. He's a first baseman. And that's part of the problem with Kyle Schwarber is he can't.
Right.
Maybe he plays 1 or 2 games in the outfield, and even that's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a risk.
He's your full-time DH. And if Schwarber wasn't back, and maybe it's one of the things that people that say I would move on from Schwarber, you open up the DH to where you can put multiple players there. Harper can be a part-time DH. Alonso could be a part-time DH. JT's bat doesn't scream DH, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just don't see how they do it with Schwarber.
Well, this Bregman is listed as the 5th free agent in this list, and one of the guys has him going to the Phillies.
Yeah, in what world?
6 years, $160 million.
Yeah, I like Bregman. Don't get me wrong, but in what scenario is the guy that has the like? Does that mean that Schwarber's not coming back? But they're giving Bregman and Schwarber and Real Muto. I mean, like this is an honest question. Am I missing something? Is there because Rosenthal was on Jason Stark's podcast and he was saying Kyle Tucker to the Phillies.
Really?
Yeah, which it's like, how are they doing that? When Dave Dombrowski talked about the budget, is it like are they going to add? Are they looking to add more? I don't get the indication they're adding a lot of payroll to this. He never said that.
No, it would be like in lieu of somebody else leaving.
Yeah.
Right? And you stay around the same.
They could move on from Bohm and use that money to sign an outfielder. They could do that, but they can't add that much payroll over what
then
they
who
spent
plays
last
third
year.
base?
Get in the zone.
Right.
Auto zone.
Oh.
Who else you need?
Wow.
Otto and that mustache. Right? You got a little utility guy coming in there as well.
Bregman, Alonso, one of these big right-handed bats. You get rid of Bohm and you want to put Kemp at third base. I'll watch Kemp make 2 errors a night at third base.
I'll take Kemp's bat over Bohm's bat right now.
See, now this
just to get him the hell out of here.
On this list, all the guys are in agreement that Schwarber comes back to the Phillies.
Correct.
That number is interesting because they have him at 27 AAV. That projection they have is lower, significant. 5 years, 135.
135, yeah.
Is lower than where we've been.
Right.
160.
Also keep in mind that 5 for 135. He gets the extra year because they're trying to spread it out. It all depends. If there's a team out there that's willing to go 5 years at around that $30 million, guess what the Phillies are going to have to do? 5 years around that $30 million.
There does seem to be a little counter push from people. MLB trade rumors. I think ESPN was a little bit lower than what it was. You mentioned
they were 4 years.
There seems to be this counter push to the 5 years, 30 plus. Does it matter in the end? I think he's probably going to get 5 years, 30 something.
I would. You know what? I'd like to because there's a lot of people out there. I was surprised that actually don't want Schwarber back at 4 or 5 years. 610-632-0975 on the text line or the phone line. If you don't want Schwarber back, what do you want? 610-632-0975. What is the plan if Schwarber doesn't come back? If Schwarber leaves, then you're saying, okay, now we can make some moves.
Yeah, you got some money to spend, and you have definite needs with right-handed power.
You do. They need a right-handed power bat.
Yeah.
They do. We'll take your phone calls coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
And it is Ray Dunn here. FanDuel Friday, a partnership with Valley Forge, is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. You know I love a good happy hour, but this happy hour for you is every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. It isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. And if there's one thing about me, you know, I love a good pregame. I love a good happy hour. Get in on this NBA happy hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 plus, a President, Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas.
right, we're back middays with Marks. Harry Mays, Ray Dunn. News at noon coming up here in a little bit. Let's see what the text line's talking about with the Phillies here and what's going on. I hate to be boring, but here's how I think it plays out. They re-signed Schwarber. They re-signed JT Realmuto.
For how many years? 2 years?
I think he gets 3.
Because this says 2 years, $30 million.
Yeah, I mean,
do that.
Hopefully. That'd be great.
Yeah.
You don't have to give him a third year. It depends. Also, with the Phillies, is Dombrowski willing to say, you're gonna have to? I'm not going 3. So if you're gonna leave then. Like,
Right.
I'm not giving you 3, so you can come back 2 for we'll give you 32. Or if you want to go somewhere else, you can get 3. The problem is, Ranger Suarez is gone. I don't want him to go to the Mets. The Mets are a possibility.
Right.
Don't the Mets need a catcher? A lot of teams need catchers. So he's not going to get 5 years, but there's going to be teams interested in him. But I think JT's back. Kyle Schwarber's back. And then they're going to have to figure out the outfield situation. They need a right-handed bat to bat behind Bryce Harper.
Right.
And
Casty's out.
And how do you get that? You're going to have to make a trade. Because there's only so much they can afford. And if you can get a bat that, like Taylor Ward's being talked about with the Angels, Joe Adell's being talked about with the Angels, who I don't like. But if you're going to have to go out and get a guy that's cost-controlled to be able to fit it in. Unless they're spending more money than they did last year, which I guess is a possibility.
They're going above their budget.
Yeah, which I guess they could do. But we just maybe for a certain player they would do it. But Dave Dombrowski gave you no indication that anything was getting shaken up here. So outside of Kyle Schwarber saying, hey, you know what? I'm getting a 5th year. You're not willing to give me a 5th year. Cincinnati's willing to give me what I want. I'm going back home. That's possible.
Or Boston.
Yep. Is John Milton going to get outbid by the Red Sox? I would say no, as Donovan once said. I would say no. Cincinnati, it's like, hey, he wants to go home. You know, like, all right, let him go home. But and like, it's not the end of the world if Kyle Schwarber were to leave if you make the right moves.
As long as they go get somebody that can hit from the right side that can hit you 30 home runs, 25, 30 home runs.
Yep.
Right? And protect Bryce.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing right there. But, yeah, text line, Ray, what do we got?
All right, we got some people that don't want Schwarber back. We got Steve from Delaware here. I don't want Schwarber back. I love his production, but we need changes. Can't give him 5 years. Resign Bohm, JT, and Bader. Let Schwarber and Ranger leave.
Now, this website, for what it's worth, this MLB Trade Rumors, has Bader going somewhere else.
Yep. It doesn't.
But the money there is not the 3 year.
No, it's like
2 for 32.
26, maybe.
Oh, is that what it is?
There's a 2-year 26. I don't know if that was ESPN or if that was MLB Trade Rumors, but ESPN might have been the 2 for 32. I didn't see 3,
I'll
which
tell
was
you
nice.
here in a second. I'll find
Yeah,
it.
I wouldn't sign him for 3 years. I would let him walk. Problem is you need to replace him.
We got another text here. Schwarber's got to go. Sign Polar Bear and Bregman. And then deal
Yeah.
Ranger. I don't know who you're talking about here, but
Yeah, I mean, Ranger Suarez is not coming back.
No. I don't think so.
He's out. He's going to price himself out. He's going to make a ton of money. Whether he gets 5 years, I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I thought Ranger was a 3 or 4 year guy for around $100 million. He may beat that. I don't believe he's getting 6 for 160 or whatever. Some of the stuff I saw out there.
Bader's 2 years, 26 on MLB Trade Rumors, and the teams are Giants, Royals, Guardians, and Angels. That's a crew.
Yeah. To me, Bader, I have to look at it. I have to look at what he's done in his career. He's not a young guy that you can say, okay, well, maybe this is what he is. I think he is what he is, which is a guy that gives you some pop, gives you some energy, plays a good defensive center field, but he's getting traded all the time for a reason. He's not signing long-term contracts. Got some pop.
Yeah.
A 2-year deal isn't killer, but that means he's also your starting center fielder next year. And you could be in July saying to yourself, "Damn, he went on a month and a half run, and he was really good.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but there's no indication that he's going to be that guy full time in Philly."
Well, your boy.
Who?
Your third baseman.
Otto Kemp.
Yeah. What indication do we have that he's going to be that guy?
The indication is
with 500 at bats.
But the indication is that Bohm isn't that guy, and I know that. And he's in the final year of a contract, which means he's going to fold even worse. And they can take the $10.2 million they were going to give to Bohm and use that for an outfielder. Because if you pay Bohm 10.2, that's taken away from something else you could add to the team.
Right, but but then you're filling third base with just like, oh well, we got to fill it. Let's put him there. He can play it
until the trade deadline, and then you're looking to make a move at the trade deadline.
Okay,
can he play it?
I don't.
Or is he going to be
has
standing
played it.
there?
Can Bohm play it?
Or is he just occupying
Better than
that
Otto
area?
Kemp can.
Okay, marginally.
I don't know if it's marginally.
Oh, did you watch the Phillies play last year?
Yes, and I watched Otto Kemp at third base because they just need a position to put him there.
Okay. I'm not telling you that I was overcome with emotion and joy when he played third base.
I'd be very uneasy with that.
Okay. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think he's going to make the I bleep and hate this place night look like it was a defensive clinic.
But you know what else I'm uneasy with? Who's in your outfield right now? Okay, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with Otto Kemp. It's not ideal to have him as your even three-quarter third baseman.
I'd rather have him part of my outfield.
Okay, so give me your outfield. Bohm's back. Everybody, Bohm's back, everybody. There you go. You get Bohm back. Give me your outfield.
I'd put
Crawford in left.
Yeah, right. He's coming up.
Okay.
Yep.
Who's playing center?
The Beard.
Marsh is your center fielder?
Well, he has been, right?
He's a platoon player.
So
Who's your right fielder? No, I know. That's the problem. Who's your right fielder? Castellanos.
This is bad.
No,
this is very, very bad.
So hang on.
It is bad.
So Crawford, Marsh, and Kemp is your starting outfield.
Just convince Bryce Harper to play right field, and we'll get Pete Alonso.
610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Harry Mays and Ray Dunn, who has the news at noon coming up with Mad Dog Russo on Halloween. Ben Roethlisberger complaining about Draymond Green, talking smack on everybody. And Podcast P? Is that what we have, Podcast P?
Ben Roethlisberger complaining about Aaron Rodgers, and Draymond Green's talking smack on podcast.
Ben Roethlisberger complaining. Oh, okay. Ben Roethlisberger complaining. All right. And then Draymond Green talking smack on Podcast P. That's all good stuff. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Preparing for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Eagles preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Getting back on the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown, both full participants. Cam Jurgens did not practice. We got a chance to hear from A.J. Brown, who addressed the trade rumors that he heard over the bye week ahead of the NFL trade deadline.
It's not that I was surprised. I didn't know. Like I said, I was only focused on my family and being present and getting healthy, so...
And he's gotten healthy. He said he's good to go to play on Monday night against the Packers on Monday Night Football. Flyers won 3-1 last night over the Predators. Noah Cates had the go-ahead goal for the Flyers in the win. Matvei Michkov ended a 9-game goalless streak in the victory for the Fly Guys. And the 76ers have the Raptors tomorrow night at 7:30. First game with the black uniforms of the season. Hip-hop will return, and you can listen to that game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football in King's Hawaiian Sliders. Make sure you pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Ray Don, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
With Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN AC1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio. Powering possibilities, the 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more, ServiceFirstHVAC.com. McMahon is coming up here before the end of the hour. And then at some point, is it after McManus we're going to do the Ray Dunn highlights from the other night?
Sounds like it.
All right. Ray Dunn, play-by-play professional. When is your first travel game for the women's team?
Not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after.
Okay. All right.
Out
So
of
now,
Richmond.
will he miss shows?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So you're going to have to run the board that day, Harry.
Oh, is that?
Or maybe not.
Once he figures out Fubo, then we'll get him to run the board.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll go there. All right. Time for the news at noon. Hit it.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
It's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we're starting with the News at Noon Classic, more Mad Dog. Last week, we brought you through the Mad Dog Halloween conundrum, where he just scheduled work every year for pretty much his entirety of his children's lives to make sure he didn't have to walk them around.
Yep.
Now he's dealing with the annoying neighbors that want their candy. In the midst of a 3-minute and 30-second rant about trick-or-treaters, he explained to Stephen A. and the First Take crew how he avoided getting any trick-or-treaters this year.
How'd you get away with people not ringing your doorbell for 3 hours?
I put the lights out.
Okay.
I made sure that nobody was home.
Lights out.
And I rented a Great Dane. And I put him out in the front of the driveway. And he was barking like crazy. You're sick.
Doggy put a dog at the front door.
Yeah.
Mad Dog renting a Great Dane.
I don't buy that.
Yeah,
I don't buy it.
There's no way.
He's being funny.
Yeah.
Where would you rent one of them?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If you can rent a dog, but
Probably could. Hey,
You have that
$15
much money,
let me
yeah.
have your dog for 3 hours.
you got to put him on a leash.
If I had a Great
Right.
Dane, I'm not renting my dog out for 3 hours to Mad Dog. He could get loose. He could get hit by a car.
It's not like he has an electric fence, like one of those like invisible fences, and you put a collar on.
And you think he would really look after the dog if he
No.
was putting it to try
No.
to bite people that walk by? He's just being funny.
The lights off the thing. Just leave. Go out.
Well, I think he said that. Didn't in the
Well, he said
second,
lights out. He didn't say he went out.
He
Play
just
it
turned
again.
the lights out on the.
I think he said nobody was home.
Well, so first of all, he lives in a huge mansion, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's he doesn't live in my
gate is down.
neighborhood.
New Canaan, Connecticut is where he lives.
Probably has a gate.
Good Mad Dog knowledge. By
Yeah.
This is a bit that he's doing with Halloween because he probably doesn't like Halloween and he probably didn't walk
I'm sure
around
he
with his
does.
kids. Yeah,
He's a
that's fine.
curmudgeon. He hates everything. He's worse than me.
He is. He's you on steroids.
I actually buy candy and give it to kids.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes. Harry is a gentler, kindly. He's not mean.
I thought you would be one with the bull.
No, I'm not the guy I was 7 years ago when I was here the last time.
God.
Did you turn out your lights then?
Yes.
You did.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And by the way, the houses, because I go around with my kids, the houses that don't have their lights on, I don't care. We just don't stop.
Right.
Even if they're home, they don't want to participate. What do I care?
The porch light is off. You don't go
You
to
don't
the
go
porch.
up there, right? You don't have to be in total darkness. You know who's not interested in you coming up. If
Right.
you don't go up, who cares? You don't have to rent a Great Dane or make a big deal of it.
I wanted it to be true so bad, though. Like filing that one of her stories I wish were true.
He's on, so obviously Mad Dog Radio, a former colleague of us here at 97.5 The Fanatic, Tom Byrne.
Yeah, he's part of that.
He's part of Mad Dog Radio. Have you listened to Tom recently?
No.
Because I have the Sirius XM, so if I drive around, he works at night. You drive around
he works
at night.
off hours. Yeah.
He works at night.
Yeah.
And you'd think it's Mad Dog.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't even, I don't think he realizes how much he sounds just like Mad Dog.
I think that's why they hired him.
Because he sounds like Mad
Yeah.
Dog. Before he talks sports like Mad Dog, but now you actually think he's from New York and he is Mad Dog.
I mean, please.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
Tom's awesome. All right, what do we got, Ray?
All right, next up, Ben Roethlisberger, upset with the Steelers because he feels what he was given in 2021 is not the cushy treatment that they're giving to Aaron Rodgers today. Take a listen.
I still think it's funny because they're giving Aaron DK all these things, and I got a center that never played center before my last year. It's amazing. But
that's the same. That's the equivalent.
It's the same thing.
Wow.
I don't know enough about. He's come off as Roethlisberger doesn't. He comes off as kind of being a jerk. I don't know if this is just like part of his bit, and he's not really mad about it. He comes off very Donovan-ish.
Yeah, well, he was so broken down at the end of his career physically. I mean, he just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah,
it didn't have to do with the center.
No, Donovan didn't have the weapons that are now on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know if he complains about it necessarily, but yeah, the complaining that, hey, Ben, you the best, you won Super Bowls, you had a nice, they had a nice team around you there, buddy. So I just don't think he likes Aaron Rodgers.
The center that he's talking about responded to this on Twitter.
Pouncey?
No, so Kendrick J. Green. If you don't remember him as the center of the Steelers, I don't think you would be alone.
No.
He only played 3 games center in college, and then they trusted him late in Roethlisberger's career. Broken down Roethlisberger clearly didn't appreciate it. Just tweeted, damn, talk about catching strays. Like, the poor guy probably hasn't even thought about Ben Roethlisberger.
He probably was a bad player, and Ben obviously treated him like he was a bad player. And now this many years later, he gets ripped
on a podcast.
On a podcast, yeah.
Which we just love. Ben Roethlisberger having a podcast.
I mean, listen.
Everyone's dying to hear that.
Who's next?
Well, Steeler fans are, because he takes a lot of shots at them.
He does.
Like it's a regular thing.
Yeah, it's a weird. He's very bitter.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger. And you know what, Ben? Based on your behavior earlier in your career, maybe you just want to tone it down a little bit. I mean, geez.
Speaking of which, something we didn't get in the news at noon this week. How about Drew Brees? Congrats. So excited to hear him on Fox.
Yeah, he takes over for Mark Sanchez.
You're being sarcastic, aren't you?
No, I love Drew Brees' analysis.
No, he does not.
No, you don't.
He's being sarcastic. No, Drew Brees is horrible.
Yeah, he was awful.
Yeah, and so is Mark Sanchez. So he'll fit right in with that last course. Dick Stockton coming out of retirement to work with him.
He's play-by-play. You leave him alone.
Right, but that's always like the worst team. That's what Drew Brees now is. Think about it. He was at NBC hired him to be the next guy.
I know.
And then they whacked him. Now he's taking over in the worst spot in Fox. He doesn't have a game every week, right?
Well, yeah, hopefully.
On the bye week, Sanchez does he get muscle out, or is it?
Who was Sanchez's play-by-play guy? I thought it was Adam Amin.
Amin, yeah.
Who I think is good.
He's fine.
He did an Eagle game a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, I'm solid with Amin.
Yeah. But, I mean, Chris Myers was always the worst. He always got the bad game.
I hate him.
Yeah.
All right, last one for you.
Wait, no, but it was Dick Stockton. At the end of it, Dick Stockton, it was like, all right. Well,
right, because he was like 100 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember Don Criqui? Don Criqui would do the bad AFC East games.
And he used to do Notre Dame games.
He was the Notre Dame voice. Yep. Yeah. Love Don Criqui. Good.
All right, from the player podcast of Ben Roethlisberger to the king of player podcasts, Draymond Green. He was doing a Q&A with fans, which I know both of you tapped in. Riveting stuff for you.
Like
Someone
an
asked,
AMA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Rank your top 3 NBA player podcasts. He went through his 3. Podcast P doesn't appear. He gave you the reasoning why. And it's because he doesn't think Podcast P has the love for the podcasting game that he should.
Paul George. Somebody mentioned Paul George. And I must say, I love Podcast P. I love that Podcast P got into the podcast space. I love that Podcast P finally showed the world his personality and who P is. But I can't put P in my top 3 no more, because as someone who went through a podcast and won a championship and took a beating for it all year, like, you can't quit, P. So when the times get rough, you can't gracefully bow out.
Oh, because last year when things went bad, he said he's taking a break.
You got to podcast through the tough times, Paul.
How many different NBA podcasts are there?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because Barnes, what's the one with Barnes on it?
Something Smoke, because he's all stoned.
I think it's All the Smoke.
All the Smoke?
Yeah.
That's a really popular one, I think.
He just actually, what did he say this week? I saw a clip of him saying something this week that I actually was like, he was ripping somebody, but it was justified. It was good.
Yeah, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all, you look at, they're all baked.
Both of them are crazy.
Yeah. I former Sixer Matt Barnes.
Right.
Is that not the goal, where you could just do whatever you want, sit in front of a mic and say whatever you want? Yeah.
But it also, I mean, sure in theory, but it also has to be entertaining, right? You just can't be smoking a blunt and then put a
I don't know, man.
camera in front. I mean, they do it, but they're good.
A couple of former NBA players smoking blunts and talking sounds pretty good to me.
What did Barnes just? I mean, not that I listened to it, but I never have the reaction of I hate these guys like I do with most of them.
Right.
Like I do with Draymond Green. I can't. I have such little interest in anything he has to say.
Really?
Where that podcast is now produced by?
Who?
The Hagian.
No way.
Yep.
Our old boss?
Our old program director out in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was texting with him yesterday.
Yep. Produces and distributes that. It's yes.
Oh, then I love it. Now I got to go listen to it.
But now, you text him, and 'cause it was a big deal.
Wow. I didn't know that.
What did Draymond also said something else this week? Oh, because is this the podcast with Jordan Schultz on it? Who I can't stand. Jordan Schultz, the NFL
pretty
insider.
Sure he does the podcast with Draymond.
He said something this week where it's like, Draymond, be quiet. Like, what are you talking about? He said something. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't care all that much. But he said something where I rolled my eyes, and I'm just like, whatever, man. So Matt Barnes had said something about the Morant suspension.
John Morant.
Yeah. Okay. He came out and he was more or less like, dude, you can't act like that. Like, you gotta stop. Like, you gotta stop doing this kind of stuff. Which is
he's right.
He is right.
Yeah.
Who the hell's gonna take John Morant is an amazing talent. At this point, who's taking him?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I wanted him back when he was in the draft.
Yep. Amazing talent.
Yeah. I think I wanted the Sixers to trade.
Oh, he called Dak Prescott a bum. Draymond called Dak Prescott a bum.
See,
well, we
that's
like
good.
that
That's
here.
entertaining.
We like that here, don't we?
That's another year on the contract for that podcast to me.
But a professional athlete who Draymond's had a great career, but no one's ever considered him outside of, we know what Draymond Green is. He does a lot. Point forward, defense or whatever.
Enforcer.
Yeah, enforcer. He said a great career. But calling another athlete a bum, I don't know, man. Normally you just don't hear that kind of stuff. He's still playing.
Right.
I don't know.
But I think he'd say it to his face, though.
I'm sure he would.
Oh,
I'm sure he would.
To his face, for sure. Draymond?
He's a loon. No, but Draymond's overall what he was saying about he's criticizing Podcast P for stopping the podcast. I agree with that.
And that's Paul Pierce.
No, the Paul George. So Paul George last year, when things towards the end of the season, people were killing him for the podcast. So he stopped doing it. He said, you know what? I'm going to focus. And my reaction was, Paul, the season's over. You guys are tanking. What do I care if you spend an hour a week? This idea that you can't do a podcast if you're an NBA player is ridiculous. I mean, how many times a week do you play? 3? What do you think these guys are doing?
Yeah.
Working out there 24 hours a day?
It doesn't take that much time.
A day off or even a game day, you can take 2 hours and do a podcast. It doesn't affect what you're doing on the court. So he stopped doing this podcast because he's looking at Twitter and Instagram too much, and Sixers fans.
He's getting ripped.
He's getting ripped.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're going to rip you regardless. You don't need to stop doing your podcast because the team stinks, and that's what he did. So that's why Draymond, and I agree with Draymond.
So that's why he ripped him.
Content game never stops, man.
Yeah. No, his content probably sucks. Podcast P.
Oh, they've got some good Podcast P moments.
They do.
The clips that I've consumed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The clips.
Right.
Have you ever listened to
start to finish an episode?
Yeah, NBA, NFL, any player,
start to finish,
or the meat of it, not just clips. Or if you're going on looking for something.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I'm usually looking for something.
Right. No, not for looking for clips to put on the show. You're actually going on and being like, oh yeah, the new heights. Can't wait to listen to this. You would have to pay me to listen to an episode of that. You'd have to pay me.
That's the Kelsey podcast.
Yeah, you'd have to pay me $100 to listen.
I will say, anyone needs a generic host, I'm more than happy to laugh at your bad jokes.
Right. No, honestly, if one of the 76ers, we should be trying to do a podcast with one of the 76ers.
Yeah, one of the young
here.
guys.
Do the same thing that they're doing with Draymond.
Yeah.
Get Maxey a podcast. We'll produce it.
Right.
I'll host that.
Or even McCain.
Well, you
BJ.
can host that one. You can host that one with McCain. You guys can do TikTok.
I'll videotape him dancing.
No, I need Harry Mays doing a TikTok dance.
No, I don't.
Please. Once.
Are you on TikTok?
I have an account.
I do too.
Yeah, but I don't really ever go on it.
For a little bit, when I was doing the digital stuff at PHLY, I was posting stuff, but then I'm too old.
Yeah,
I know.
I just don't really know what I'm doing.
Me too.
And I think I'd look like an idiot.
I have enough things that I have to.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We have to.
I have an Instagram account. I just post stuff to
You
promote.
post stuff, right?
Yeah, to promote what I'm doing, basically.
Yeah. Wait. Do you have a TikTok, Ray?
Yeah, of course I have
Do
TikTok.
you use it?
I posted some content from here on it before.
I'm very
but-
uncomfortable taking
then you
videos
stop-
of myself.
Then
yeah,
you
I
stop
don't like
doing
the
it.
front-facing video. It's
Yeah.
the biggest thing. I'm
Yeah.
not very comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, had I grown up in that generation, I'd probably be very into it.
Because my daughter's almost 10,
Yeah.
and then 8. So when they see that, like, they'll go on my phone, they'll be like, Daddy, you have a TikTok? Like,
Yeah.
And then they're all impressed, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't do anything with it.
Right.
And then they go on the Instagram. By the way, I'm almost to 10,000 on Instagram.
Really?
9,500. Yep.
Wow, I need
to get
some
to
of
10.
your
Very
love.
nice.
Need to get to 10.
Wow, that's impressive.
You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get the balloons. I'm gonna have the 10, the 1 and the 0 balloon, and then the K, and I'm gonna hold it up for the whole show for YouTube.
geez.
That's what you do.
Oh, is that
You get
right?
10,000. All the girls do it.
Okay.
Because Colarulo ripped me because he's over 10,000. Because for a while that's what he did. He just did the Instagram video.
Is that right?
Yeah, he picked up a lot of.
So what did
followers.
he do? Just give his sports takes on camera?
Oh, they were sizzling hot.
Oh yeah, hot takes.
Nick Sirianni is the best head coach in football right now. And if you don't believe it, you're a moron. About 30 more seconds of that.
I don't know. Well, yeah, it's something like that. No, his videos are very good.
Yeah.
All you need, because we've done it here, right? Right? All you need is something that's hot. Like, listen, I'll put out some hot videos. I got a hot opinion out
Yeah,
there
but don't
once
you
in a
need
while.
like all the other stuff, like the graphics and the things, that really make those videos stand out?
No, not really.
No?
No, you don't know. It
I don't
doesn't
know how to do any of that.
It doesn't. I mean, no, it doesn't. Like, none of the stuff we're doing is really being produced with anything else. But like, we've put a couple out where the one yesterday we did with Dombrowski got some pretty good legs.
Mm-hmm.
We put a reel out that on Instagram about Bryce Harper, and I was going nuts because I'm so annoyed with. Oh, well, the Phillies were so close to winning the World Series. They won one playoff game.
No, they were not close.
What do we mean? They won one playoff game, and I'm celebrating a World Series, and that was the clip. And it had, it had 219. So once people start reposting it,
Right, that's how you get
that's when you get all the likes.
impressions.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I like this. Let me follow him. So that's what Colarulo was doing.
Okay.
Content generator.
Right.
That's what you need to do, Harry.
Yeah.
With your Temple takes.
I guess.
Getting that Temple algorithm. There'll be literally
Yeah.
tens of people. that are
Right,
interested.
tens. Yeah.
You saw the LeBron frames thing.
Listen, LeBron frames is the best thing I've seen in a while. We're gonna have to explain. We're acting like people know what LeBron frames is. They maybe they don't. Temple has a player that has the
goggles. It's like goggles.
It's the Kurt Rambis in 2025. And somebody from Temple, actually, it's Ray's call, which we'll play coming up.
Yeah, Gavin Griffiths.
It was
his name.
It was an alley oop, and it was a great play. The kid's got up.
Oh, he
White
does.
dude.
Yeah, and he can shoot too.
And he's a good player.
He's like 6'8", 6'7".
6'7", he's listed at.
He's listed at 6'7".
Yeah.
And so the Temple athletic department tweets Ray's clip and puts LeBron frames.
Which is great.
It's
Whoever
unbelievable.
came up with that over there, that's a great
Yeah,
job.
I'm
Great.
trying to figure that out tonight when I
Can
go
you
over
find
there.
out,
Yeah,
please?
I'll work on that.
Kyle Pagan from Crossing Broad then puts it out. That's the best nickname I've ever heard, and
Yeah.
then writes up a post about it, and then Ray's calls all over the place.
Well, yeah, and ESPN's TikTok posted it. That was what I got.
Is that right?
Yeah, that got posted on ESPN's TikTok because I got sent ESPN on TikTok, and I was like, why is my ESPN Plus production manager sending me an ESPN TikTok? I'm like, I love you, Russ, but we don't really communicate like that. And I was like, oh, that's us.
And now Ray is going to be able to use the LeBron frames in the next game.
And for the rest of the season.
He better
Right.
use it.
And it needs to go wild. And then this will be probably the second most famous call that you've ever had.
How about that?
That'd be number one.
The number of how about that's I've gotten over the last week.
Is it catching on?
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Is LeBron frames the best nickname in the history of Philly basketball? Is the Crossing Broad piece?
All right, so that's
from
what
Kyle Pagan.
What we need right now on feedback 975 feedback at 975thefanatic.com. Text line for feedback or right now 610-632-0975. The best Philly basketball nicknames.
And I mean, Andrew Toney's Boston Strangler.
Hard to beat.
Is hard to beat.
Round mound of rebound.
That's a good one, too.
But no one really calls Charles that.
I know.
Sir Charles.
That was more when he was in college.
It was early
Yeah.
early Chuck.
Yeah.
When he was bigger. Yeah. Yeah. So get that on the. But LeBron frames is now. Hopefully, it's something that we can count on going forward. All right.
He was a big high school recruit. I know that.
He was. 610-632-0975. Charlie from Glenside, we start with you coming up next because we opened the show about whether this Eagles team feels like a Super Bowl group. When did you feel like it last year? And as we're coming out of the bye week right now, does this feel like a Super Bowl team? 610-632-0975. We get to that again coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. Hey, listen, let's talk about Morgenstern Medical. Not just Morgenstern Medical, Morgenstern Hair Restoration. That's right. You know, I've been talking about these guys for many, many years now. I had a hair restoration procedure with Morgenstern Hair. The hair team over there is amazing. I've been going over to their office for well over 10 years now. So if you are balding, maybe you're pretty deep into your hair loss. Maybe you're just starting to get there. That's where I was. I was do I shave my head? What do I do? I tried some of the powders and the creams and the foams and the shampoos. I was getting no results, and then I went over. And I said, you know what, let's have a consultation. Let's talk about it. Honestly, when I walked in the building, I didn't think I was going to get it done. And after meeting with the hair team, I was like, you know what? Why wouldn't I do this? You get your hair back. It's as simple as that. You get your hair back. And it's so easy and it's so simple. And they're the experts in the industry. Morgenstern Hair has been doing it for over 30 years. And it's the same crew that did my hair transplant. And I'm still over there. I was over there last week. I go for maintenance to make sure my hair is looking good. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. That is Morgenstern Hair Restoration, championship results. And right now, for a hair transplant, $300 off when you call them at 610-980-4000. You're going to talk to Lisa. Ask for Lisa. 610-980-4000. Tell them that I sent you $300 off that hair transplant, and I'll offer this as well as I always do. You heard me talking about this for a while now. DM me. Go to my social medias, DM me or email me, john@975thefanatic.com. John@975thefanatic.com. If you have any questions and you just want to reach out and say, hey, I have videos and pictures from when I had the procedure done, I can answer a lot of questions for you. So reach out to me or 610-980-4000.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Preparing for the Packers. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Going back to the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. But Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown were full participants. Cam Jurgens did not practice. We got a chance to hear from a number of Eagles for the first time since the bye. Also got to hear from Jalen Phillips for the first time. He thinks this is the best thing that's ever happened to him.
This is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. The city of Phillies, giving me a very warm welcome.
And now that warm welcome will turn into the second half of the season for the Birds that gets started in Green Bay against Packers on Monday Night Football. Flyers won 3-1 last night over the Predators. Noah Cates the go-ahead goal. Matvey Michkov had a 9-game goalless drought. 76ers have the Raptors tomorrow at 7:30 at home. The first game with the black uniforms of the season. Also, hip-hop returns to Xfinity Mobile Arena. This update brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. They've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Let's kick it off with Middays with Marks. McManus coming up at 12:55 as the Eagles and the Packers back at it. Monday Night Football. Packers are, I believe it's 2 points now. It's just on the BetParks app. 2-point favorites in the game. So it's went down a little bit.
Yeah, it was 2.5, right?
2.5 is where I saw it. Probably goes down to a 1.5.
It's going to be really cold. In the 20s by game time, I think, and windy. Like the feels-like temperature. It's going to be really like a real Green Bay winter night.
Jordan Day was asked about the cold. He said, I don't give a bleep about the cold.
Yeah, I saw that. I love that.
Good.
What does he do? Does he go with the belly cutoff shirt?
There will be there will be no long sleeves
right,
or anything
no
like
sleeves.
that. You know,
Yeah.
the macho guys.
I love that.
I did a third grade football game. It was a little bit chilly out there. I was surprised none of the kids had any long sleeves on.
Oh, yeah?
Even third grade, you're too macho to be warm.
I love it.
Got to be out there with the guns out. Yeah, so we asked this. To me right now, when you look around the NFL, you look around the NFC, who else are you picking that's better than the Eagles to make a Super Bowl run? They haven't been as impressive as we remember at the end of the year. The Eagles obviously had trounced the entire NFL and crushed the Chiefs. Not that it was a struggle to get there, but certainly during the regular season, there wasn't. You had moments where you're like, all right, like, can they win like this? Like they're struggling passing the ball. But like last year for you said the Ravens game was the game where you said, no, this team looks like a Super Bowl.
Because they had the back-to-back road games with L.A. and Baltimore. And I thought I wasn't really impressed with what they did, except the Cincinnati game, mildly got my attention as to say, this is a pretty good playoff team, beating them on the road with Burrow. But then when they won the back-to-back road games, I was like, you know what?
They had the look.
They can win it. Because the only other team at that point, nobody saw Washington going on that run and getting all the way to the NFC Championship game. It was Detroit was the team where you were like, the Lions were having a great year. Maybe home field advantage. It's going to be a tough place to play. And
Washington beats them.
And Washington beats them. Nobody saw that coming. Detroit definitely didn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. They definitely had that look. I don't know if they had the same kind of look this year as much as it's who else has the look.
Right.
Who? I mean, seriously, who's got the look of a Super Bowl team right now in the NFC? Nobody more than the Eagles
Nobody more than the Eagles, no. I mean,
the Lions have lost a couple games that they shouldn't have lost. Their offense hasn't been spectacular. They didn't look good last week against Minnesota. They lost.
Right.
That was at home.
Yeah, that was a crazy loss.
Right.
Yep.
The Rams,
Yep.
I'm more worried about the Rams than any other team, but still, it's not like they're rolling through the league right now.
They have San Francisco this week.
That's a good game.
That is a good game. I don't think there's no Purdy, right?
No, Purdy's
out.
And you know what? Does it seem like they're trying to rush him back?
Because the Rams are like 4.5 point favorites on the road, I think.
Yeah, it must be why. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then you look at the AFC. Well, like anybody scared of the Broncos? They find ways to win games, but that was a bad game.
I think they're a
last
good
night.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colts, good team.
Colts, a good team, but I still don't believe in Daniel Jones.
I don't believe in the Colts, the Patriots, or the Broncos. I still think Buffalo or the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Patriot game might end up in my locks.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at it?
Yeah.
Locks later on?
Yeah.
Ray, how do you feel about this? I don't think the Eagles look like a Super Bowl team, but it doesn't mean that they don't, right? Like, they're not. I think they're about to play their best football of the season.
I don't
now.
need them to look like a Super Bowl team right now.
No, agreed.
Seriously.
Because nobody else does either.
Right.
Can we argue they kind of do, and given what they've overcome? Again, they had a tough 2 weeks there, but you look at that first month of the season, the fact that they got out of that 4-0, the number of injuries they've had to play with, they sit at 6-2, and when you look at the actual battle that you have to go through in an NFL season to be 6-2 with the schedule you had the first month, the injuries that you've dealt with, and you came into the season with a new offensive coordinator, maybe this is what a Super Bowl team should look like at this point. You haven't played your best football, but you've had enough top-level talent, and you've produced enough to win 75% of your games and be the top seed in the NFC?
Yeah. Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers. What do they go in those 5 games? I'm on the record, worst case 3-2, best case 4-1. If they go 3-2, they're probably going 12-5 on the season.
Yeah, I would think over the next, 3, I think they're easily 2-1. They'll beat the Bears.
Packers, Lions, Cowboys, Bears.
And lose one of the Chargers or Buffalo.
Yeah, the Buffalo game's going to be tough. You don't know what it's going to be like at that point during the schedule anyway. It's
Right.
tough to project
It's the
that.
second last game of the season.
I guess Daniels isn't going on IR, so he potentially could be playing, but it doesn't seem like Washington's going to be playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, I don't really understand what they're doing. I mean, to me, their season's over.
Yeah.
But I guess they can't tell their fan base that yet.
Yeah, they just see how the
then
elbow
players
is in a week, and then who knows what happens. But, yeah.
You know who's going to figure into this? What team that nobody's talking about because they're on everybody's schedule is the Carolina Panthers.
The worst 5-4 team ever.
I know they're 5-4, but they played Tampa twice. They play Seattle. Seattle has to go to Carolina, and the Rams have to go to Carolina.
Oh, so they're flying across country. Seattle's going from
Carolina will win one of those games.
Yeah, man. They run the ball. Bryce Young doesn't do anything to. God, he's not good.
No, he's not.
It is tough watching him play, man.
Yeah.
So you're on Carolina radio this week. Is the story, wow, 5-4? Does this team have a chance to go to the postseason? Is this team 5-4? God, look at this schedule. This could be a disgraceful end of the season.
I don't know how you could have any confidence that they're good, but they keep winning games. I don't know.
I mean, beating Green Bay on the road that was impressive.
Another brutal game.
13-point underdog.
Let's go to Charlie calling from Glenside. Charlie, go ahead.
What's up, fellas?
What's
up,
up,
Charlie?
Harry, great to hear you back on the radio. John, glad you landed back on your feet where you belong.
Right on, Charlie.
Good, some
Thanks,
quality radio these days on the radio.
Thank you.
I think the Eagles, like you said, John, are going to be playing their best football from here on out. I think they are that good that even though they're not playing and hitting on all cylinders, they are 6-2. And I think the bye week, much like last year, is going to be a good time for them to regroup and come out and just, dominate the league like they did last year all the way to the playoffs.
So you see them rolling in the second half. They get a little bit of steam, and then they just start rolling fools.
Yeah, they got some guys that are banged up. Their offensive line's a little nicked up, but they're going to work out those kinks, and they're just going to start asserting their dominance like they did last year. And the only thing that's going to stop them is themselves. If they just can do their thing, they're going to be good because they are that good. They have too much talent. The additions they got on defense are going to help out with the weaknesses in the defensive backfield because we're going to get more pressure on the quarterback, so that'll help out the D-backs a little bit. I'm telling you, we're rolling. There should be no other team can stop us that I see right now.
I said pretty much the same thing earlier this week on the Locked On.
On your podcast, the Locked On Eagles podcast?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much word for word there.
The fact that they look better running the football and they're lining up on the center, it's kind of like one of those aha moments. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I need to see it again against Green Bay or Detroit before I believe.
It's helped the passing game because of play action, and it's helped the protection. Jalen's gotten really, for the most part, has gotten good protection.
Yep.
He's made a lot of throws because he's sitting back there and he's able to actually see the field without worrying about the pressure. He is affected as much as he can make great plays with his legs. As far as throwing the football, he's affected when he's getting pressured.
Right, when he's sort of moving around.
When he's moving around and he's not confident. That's when he's not confident. When he's moving his feet. Because he can throw on the run, but that's when it's almost designed or he's Mr. Confident.
I'd like to see him run the ball a little bit more in the second half on some design stuff. And how good has Goddard been in the red zone this year?
I mean, he's been unbelievable.
He's been great.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about him.
For everybody that was saying last year, like, oh, we'll just get rid of him. Thank God they were able to agree to bring him back. Because
they lowered his number.
He did the Josh Sweat thing.
Yeah,
Josh
he
Sweat
bet on himself.
He sure did.
Yeah, and he's going to have double-digit touchdowns. He's already got 7.
If
he can stay healthy, he's easily going to have 10, 12 touchdowns.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Carolina's -35 plus minus at 5-4.
Is that right?
Stinks.
Yeah.
They're not winning.
Well, I mean, Buffalo beat them like 40-8.
Yeah, I mean,
something.
you're
that
right.
was a kind of a lopsided.
And the games they're winning are close.
Very close.
Low-scoring games.
Last week, 16-13, I think it was.
Yeah, they kicked that field goal at the end. 610-632-0975. So we talked a ton about the Eagles secondary this year. Jair Alexander brought in to help. He spoke yesterday, and he believes this is the reason why he didn't play in Baltimore. And your phone calls as well coming up. Tim McManus at 12:55. Don't go anywhere. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Ray Dunn and FanDuel Friday in partnership with Valley Forge is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. This happy hour you're going to want to sign up for every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. So if you make your plans to go out maybe tonight, watch a couple of games, see what you can get across the association, you have a ton of options. It's not just another promo for you. It's your weekly pregame. And who doesn't love a good Friday night pregame? You get the opportunity with this, the NBA Happy Hour, every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern. It's only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone to grab your reward before the clock expires. 21 plus to President Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Other guys, but I'm excited about this opportunity here.
All right, that's the newest Eagle corner, Jair Alexander. With the Eagles, we're back. Middays with Marks, Mays, Dunn. You have another cut right there?
Yeah, I got another one.
Is he talking about the fight with AJ?
No. The AJ stuff is funny, just the back and forth between the two of them. But this is, when I talk about Jalen Phillips pandering, this is not what I want to hear from a guy that you bring in that there's questions of whether or not he's washed.
Okay.
Because he's asked, what do you think you bring to this secondary?
I'm just gonna bring leadership. I'm gonna bring some energy and bring some swag, confidence, and hopefully we all can feed off one another, feed off that, and take this thing to the next level.
You mentioned his back and forth with A.J. Brown. The confidence it takes for a corner to believe he's going to be able to mark up A.J. Brown, that was an all-pro, to have that back and forth. When you're asked, what are you going to bring to a team, and you immediately go off the field
Leadership,
instead of on the field, always perks the ears up a little
He is
bit.
nowhere near the player that he was with Green Bay.
Let's face it. There's a better chance that he can't play than he can.
Right.
There's almost a 0% chance he's the player that anybody remembers from 2 years
For
ago.
what it's worth, I read a scouting report that was out there on him. As of the player he is now, described him as clunky.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're getting there with that guy.
I get an idea what
Maybe
they're
he
getting.
surprises us.
It's not much, but like at this point, for what they gave up,
Yeah, I know. 6th round.
let's take a couple of corners. You're throwing
Couple
it
of
against
flyers,
the wall.
yeah,
and if
right.
it's one game that he has to play,
Yeah.
and he actually performs well in that game, then awesome. It was worth it.
Yeah, and Carter, the slot guy, you gave up John Mechie, who really didn't
He
have
wasn't
much
playing.
of a role here anyway. So, yeah, you gave up a 3rd-round pick for a guy that, maybe go out there and get you 6 sacks over the final stretch of the season. That's worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, they're better. They're better today. The defense didn't have a great first half, because we remember the defense from the end of the season that dominated the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Dominated them. It was the best defense in the league. No one saw that coming. And I don't think anybody really expected that again this year. Although, Brandon Graham coming out of retirement and then needing to make a trade for an edge rusher, it obviously didn't work out the way they wanted it to work out. Jalix Hunt hasn't taken that step.
Nope.
Carter's been banged up or suspended.
Ojulari was not a good signing, at least not yet. It hasn't looked like a good signing.
And Uche's been fine.
Been
Yeah,
good.
He's
Yeah,
that's
been
a good signing.
Yeah.
But they still need help. So, overall, do we feel okay about the defense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
They're not locked down.
As Herb would say, okay.
Okay.
More confident in defense or offense?
Offense.
Easy.
Yeah.
For sure. I think the offense starts to roll a little bit.
I do too. I think the running game is going to pick up and become more of a consistent element. And we predicted that Saquon would have a home run in his last game, and it took 2 plays.
Harry correctly predicted that. That was his thing.
I think we see another one Monday night.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think to me this is an Eagles win, and then let's see what happens the following week against the Lions, because even if you're at home, that seems like a tougher spot.
It looks like a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Text line is saying what they're about the Eagles, Ray?
Yeah, text line kind of going off this defensive conversation. We had the earlier texter that said the defense was going to hold them back, and we had a follow-up texter saying this defense is the problem. This defense won't be able to stop better teams down the line. Not enough corners, which I would argue they have enough corners. It's having enough good corners.
Right. It's the quality of the corners. But they went into the season. They let Slay leave, who, by the way, has not been good in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading, they're not everybody, every Steeler fan's a big Slay fan right now, because that defense has been terrible.
Isaiah Rodgers had moments, but he didn't have a good game against the Eagles.
Did not.
Right?
He'd be an upgrade on what they have right now. Both of those guys would.
Yeah.
But still, they came in the season hoping Ringo. I never bought it.
I didn't either.
Bringing Ordori Jackson, and I know what kind of player he was. But sometimes it's honestly the Otto Kemp thing with the Phillies. It's probably not how it's going to end up, but that's the best thing. The best case scenario right now is this is what we have, and then we see what happened, and then we make adjustments. They brought in Phillips, that helps the edge rush. They weren't able to solidify the corner spot maybe as they hoped.
I still haven't given up on Ja'Cory and Bennett though.
We really haven't seen him.
Yeah, well, he got hurt, but I'm saying I think he's going to get another chance.
He is,
and,
for sure.
Maybe he's a guy that can give you some snaps. So.
Yeah, we'll see. And he's back now. Is he playing? We got Tim coming up next.
I think he's available.
So what? Tim McManus, ESPN, has usually took the week off last week. Bye week.
Right.
So Tim needs off as well.
Absolutely.
We don't get the bye week off.
They work him hard.
They sure do. Yep. You should get the bye week off, too, especially after you were complaining about sports talk in July. It
I
be a
should.
party. Yep.
Hey, I'm telling you, nobody argues with that rant. That is fact.
It's gold.
Except
it's true.
My old boss, our old boss.
Hagen.
He didn't like it.
All right, coming up, Tim McManus. Everything on the Eagles. We'll wrap up the trade deadline conversation. Who's in, who's out this week. All that and more with Tim McManus of ESPN. That's coming up next. Middays with Martz, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Repping for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Eagles preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Getting back on the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown both participating in practice. Cam Jurgens did not. We got a chance to hear from a number of Eagles for the first time since the bye. And for the first time, we heard from edge rusher Jalen Phillips straight here from Miami. Phillips said this might be the greatest thing that's ever happened to him.
This is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. The city of Phillies, giving me a very warm welcome.
Now it turns to a very cold game. They go out to Green Bay for Monday Night Football against the Packers to open up this second half of the season. Flyers win 3-1 last night over the Predators. Noah Cates' go-ahead goal. Matvey Michkov had a goal for the first time in 9 games. 76ers Raptors tomorrow night at Xfinity Mobile Arena. First game with the retro jerseys and with hip-hop returning. This update is brought to you by King's Hawaiian Sliders. Eli Manning reminds you there's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. King's Hawaiian Sliders makes you a winner on game day. Pick them up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. I'm Ray Dalton, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Fanatics.
It is Friday, Harry Mays. Football Fridays, sponsored by Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Drive into great deals at the fall sales event right now at Norristown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Go to the website, norristownchryslerdodge.com, and you're listening to Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. As it feels longer than 2 weeks since the Eagles have played.
I know. It feels like almost like a month.
Well, we got another couple days to wait because they're playing on Monday Night Football. To discuss everything with the Eagles is ESPN reporter and writer for the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Tim McManus, and he joins us right now. T-Mac, what's up?
What's going on, boys?
Well, weren't we just talking about Tim on All-Star Day? We were raving about how good of a producer he was.
When he was the producer for the Bruno and May show.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew Salciunas did his homework. He reached out to me. He's like, "Were you the originator of the lightning round?" I was like, "I believe I was."
Yes, he was.
So I knew that question was coming.
Andrew worked harder on that segment with Harry.
My God!
And he did a Hall of Harry segment where he played all the greatest hits from Howie, and it was the best thing he's ever done on the radio. It was really funny.
He should just retire.
He should.
Yeah.
He should.
That's amazing.
All right, so trade deadline's come and gone. The Eagles have added a couple pieces. I'm very impressed with the move for Jalen Phillips. I think it's going to give them a lot of punch from the trade deadline. How do you feel about what the Eagles did?
I think so too. And how about real quick, Jalen Phillips saying that he's never been this is the best thing that's ever happened to him in his entire life.
Yeah.
Coming to Philadelphia. When have we? I mean, just think of how far we've come, guys. We've been in this market for a long time. That wasn't something that a free agent or trade acquisition would say back in the day.
No.
In fact, our producer thinks he's pandering.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he did bring up this is like the weather. I love the weather here.
That's what Ray said. Ray used that as an example. Damn it.
No, who loves the weather here? That comes from.
But Tim. He's never experienced a change of seasons. So now he gets off the plane and he's like, wow, this is really neat. Like, it's cool, crisp. This is football weather. I mean...
Yeah, he's been here for 2 days, though.
Right. No, that's what I said. Come back and talk to me next month and see if you still love the weather.
Right.
No, but, I mean, you think about it. He's a first-round draft pick. He played collegiately in Miami. The Dolphins aren't a great franchise. What's going on down there with the head coach and the owner?
The quarterback.
The quarterback, the GM dude gets fired. Now he's walking into, Tim, like you had just said, I can't believe I'm saying this. The Eagles are the best organization in football. I mean, they really are. Finally, they're the gold standard.
They're the gold standard.
They're the gold standard. It took 20 years to do it, but they're the gold standard, too.
Lori knew it was coming.
Right.
And, the Phillips, maybe he was pandering about the weather, but the joy was definitely genuine. Like, when he walked off the practice field, he's like, this is awesome. And I think he's going to be a big help for an edge rush group that obviously hasn't produced to the degree that they would like to. I mean, you still have Zadarius Smith as the sack leader at edge with 1.5. That's, and he's retired. And but here you have Phillips coming in, and they really like the way that he plays both the pass and the run game, sets the edge hard. He's the kind of Vic Fangio edge player sort of prototype. And I think that if you combine that with the fact that they get Nolan Smith probably back, he was on the practice field yesterday. Brandon Graham has been targeting this date to return. All of a sudden, they got some pass rushers and some options in the secondary as well.
Yeah, speaking of Brandon Graham, aside from the leadership aspect, which we all know what he brings to the table there, what do you think the Eagles are anticipating from him as far as on-the-field contributions?
I think they're going to kind of take it as it comes. It can't be, like too much on his plate here, Howard. So maybe we're talking like, I don't know, is it like 10 snaps a game? Mm-hmm. I think that would be a good target and a good level for him to be contributing at. You're not burning him out. He hasn't played at all, so he's going to come in fresh, and he's going to give some quality snaps. And I think if you are looking at Jalix Hunt and Brandon Graham and Nolan Smith and Jalen Phillips, like all this, and Josh Uche, who's been getting good pressure rates despite the fact that they haven't been sacking the quarterback that much. I think you combine all of that with what you have going on up front, and Fangio can now just roll. Like he can roll edge players in waves at you. I think that's going to be a great thing for this team.
Yeah, with BG, Isn't this the least surprising thing ever that when they needed a body, he hasn't. It's not like he got fat and out of shape. Vic Fangio was at least he was saying that he kept saying to Brandon, he's like, all right, like where you at? You coming back? Honestly, Tim, I think he's going to come back and he's going to give you real production. Maybe a dozen snaps a game. He wouldn't come back unless he could make an impact. And I'm not talking about him getting multiple sacks every game or anything like that. But I think as far as any other move that you could have made outside of Phillips, he's a guy that can come in and give you some impact in a small amount of snaps.
No doubt. And, I think that he's exactly just like Phillips. The fact of what he can do in the run game is just as important, where if you are being, very physical at the point of attack and setting that edge, then that can really help everybody else on the defensive side. So I think it's good from that standpoint. And then, of course, we all know the power that Graham is in the locker room. And I think it's really important. I had a conversation with him right before the bye week. We were chatting, and he was talking about like the window that this team is in right now. And he's like, you know what? We don't know how long like everybody's going to be together with Jalen Hurts and Saquon and AJ, and it's like they really want to capitalize on it. And then he was talking about the fact of once you come off of a championship, sometimes like your mind can go to other goals. You're like, I got this championship now. Let me worry about my Hall of Fame credentials. Let me worry about my stats. And I think that Graham is like a great sort of foundation layer of keeping the focus on where it should be. And so even if it ends up being like 5 snaps a game, I think just having the presence of Brandon Graham in the locker room when you can have so many pulls coming off of a Super Bowl run, that he's somebody that can ground this team.
Hey, Tim, let's talk about cornerbacks. Obviously, Howie made a couple of moves before the deadline, Michael Carter and Jair Alexander. Is it Michael Carter? Is he your slot guy now, and you're moving Cooper DeJean to the outside? Is that the way they go about it?
Yeah, I think it could end up that way. I don't know that they 100% have settled on what it's going to look like. But I think if you're doing the odds of is Carter going to get a full-time role or Jair Alexander, I think given the recent play of both of those players, with Alexander having fallen off, that Carter is the more likely option, which would push Cooper DeJean outside. But Fangio has said just last week that's not what he wants to do. He would rather have Cooper on the inside because he can affect the game more from there, and he's excellent at the slot. I mean, maybe the best slot corner in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so I think they're just going to weigh this stuff of like, all right, well, are we a better defense if Carter's in the slot and we solve our CB2 problem with DeJean? Or is there a better combination with whether it's Alexander that grabs that job outside, whether Jacorian Bennett grabs it, or maybe Keely Ringo steps up, and does that make more sense for us? So I think that the beginning of this second half of the season is going to be about sort of figuring that out, giving guys different snaps and see what works best.
Yeah, Tim, I think it makes sense that, let's say, by the Bills game, because that's the second to last game of the season, if it's not working out with the other corners that they have in, that might be when you say to Cooper, all right, we're gonna put you on the outside, and like now you have bodies to do it. But if like you can't have guys like if you put a Dory Jackson back out there, if you put Ringo out there, and they're doing what we saw in the first half of the season, that's trouble. So you may end up seeing Cooper DeJean by that point if no one has grabbed the job back on the outside. I wouldn't expect them to be out there before that, if at all.
Yeah, I think you start out in this game. It's probably too early to be like, all right, Carter, you're the slot guy. Like, there's too much to learn about Vic Fangio's system for that to be effective, in my opinion. We'll see what it looks like on Monday, but that's kind of where my mind is. And I also was interested by the fact that Roseman said that Carter can play safety. I mean, so is he going to end up seeing some snaps there if Makuba isn't consistent in that safety 2 role? So I think the bottom line is this. You didn't hit a home run with those picks necessarily with Carter, or with those trades with Carter and Alexander, but Fangio now has different ways that he can go. And if something needs to get plugged, then he's got some options for which to plug it.
This bye week had to be good for a lot of those guys on that offensive line. I guess we're not going to see Juergens yet, but that had to be good, just to have that time off. I expect a pretty good effort from him on Monday night. What do you think?
I think so, and you saw that in this last game that they played against the Giants, where it feels like they're starting to figure some things out. In the run game, Saquon Barkley goes off for $150, and something that I think goes right along with that is the change that Kevin Patullo has instilled in this offense. If you consider that from weeks 1 through 6, Harry, they were 29th in under center, all right, which is 14% of their snaps. That has jumped up over the last 2 weeks to 39%, which is the 8th highest in the NFL. So they've essentially transformed what they're doing. And you heard Jordan Mailata talk about the fact of, it's easier for us if the runs are coming from under center because defensive ends have to respect both sides and they can't just crash down. It's better, I think, for Saquon Barkley in the angles and all that kind of stuff. And so it does feel like they have found their footing. I think, yes, health definitely helps with that. Landon Dickerson probably looked the best that he has all season long. But also now I think they're being put in good position by the offensive coordinator. I think that's huge.
Yeah, Tim McMahon at ESPN. A lot of people will laugh, but Middays with Marks, we're voting MVP of the team Brett Toth. Because that's when they started lining up under center. No, but you're so right. Like, think of how the play action has worked. They brought in Fred Johnson. They're running a lot of that big package. They've almost really recommitted to the run in a different way than they were doing it before, and it feels like it's changed the offense.
100%. And the defenses came in this year, and understandably so. Like, we're gonna shut down the run game, and so they're loading up the boxes even more than they did last year. The main thing is they've been trying to take away space, and that's whether it's bringing down the safeties downhill, finding ways where Saquon just doesn't have any room to operate, and so you have to start changing things up. And once you get under center, that's a way to create those kind of angles that has been missing. And so it's almost frustrating in a way of because a lot of people have been calling for this for multiple years of they got to get under center more here. And now they've finally done it, and it's working very well for them.
Does this look like a team that's about to play their best football of the year? That's kind of what we were talking about today is do they have that look, that Super Bowl look? 5 games coming up, difficult stretch. At the Packers, home against the Lions, both primetime games. Cowboys, at the Cowboys. The Friday game against the Bears on Black Friday, and then you're at the Chargers, so you have a lot of traveling right there. Is that a 3-2 run right there? 4-1? This is this is a tough stretch, and this is really gonna I think show you what this team's gonna look like entering the playoffs.
Yeah, now here's a stat for you. So the NFC is super tight right now. Where if you're looking at the standings, the Eagles have the number 1 seed, but the top 8 teams are separated by a game or less. Wow. So the NFC is just it could go any number of ways. And this number from ESPN research, that if the Eagles were to win this game on Monday night against the Packers, they would have a 33% chance of claiming that number 1 seed. And if they lose, it drops all the way to 12%, according to ESPN's analytics. This is a huge game, and it's a huge start to the second half of the season when you consider that the Lions are coming up right behind them. We're obviously going to find out a lot about this team over the next 2 weeks, but I do feel like they are poised for their best football because what we just talked about, they've discovered something in the ground game, something that they can build off of with the play action that I think is going to help Hurts, it's going to help Barkley, it's going to help the offensive line. It should free up some opportunities for A.J. Brown. I think that'll be a load off for everybody, right? And then the defense just got some help. And so I think that Fangio and that defensive unit can start rounding into form a little bit. So they're set up really well. Now, we know defending the title is difficult. We know that the attrition can hit you and that it's a long grind. Like I remember Barkley right before the bye, he's like, we need to get away from each other for a little bit here. But now they come in and they're refreshed and they got some extra bodies to help them along. So I do think that they're poised to, even though they got a tough slate, to make a strong push for that number 1 seed.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule, but they also own right now the tiebreakers over everybody in the NFC.
Good point.
And have beaten a bunch of those teams already. Who, in your view, watching this league like you do through the first 8-9 games is the biggest threat in the NFC to the Eagles?
I think the Rams right now. I think it's the Rams. Stafford is incredible. And talking to players in the locker room over the years, he's kind of I don't know that he gets as much public acclaim as he gets from his peers. And when you talk to NFL players and you ask about Stafford, they talk about him different than they talk about just about any other quarterback. He's playing at a really high level. He's got Devontae Adams now to go with Puka Nacua, and they have such a good front on defense. And they should have won, if we're being honest. They should have won that game against the Eagles earlier in the season. So I would say they're the biggest threat right now. But there's a number of them. I mean, that's really the point of that stat in the NFC, where you got the Packers who are up there, and you got the Bucks, and you got the Lions. You got a bunch of teams that can pick you off. So the Eagles are going to have to be at their best heading into the postseason.
All right, Timmy. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a good weekend. We'll look for you on Monday.
All right, boys. Always my pleasure.
All right, there he is, Tim McManus. Yep, Rams.
That's what you said, right?
No one's talking about the Seahawks.
No.
Just saying.
No.
They've been great. It's just no one believes in Sam Darnold. All right, coming back. Oh, we've been waiting for this. Ray Dunn on the call.
How about that?
Yes.
From what night was this?
This was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Ray Dunn, very impressed.
It was the highlight of my week.
It might have been mine, too. Might have been mine. Says a lot about
you guys out more.
I need more to do, right?
About my life. The best of Ray Dunn, Temple basketball, including LeBron frames. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports city full of passionate and knowledgeable fans.
Your intelligence shouldn't.
All right, we're back middays with Mark's 1 o'clock hour of the program. As always, brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, and so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call them 610-980-4000. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see how beautiful my hair is right now. Thanks to Morgenstern Hair.
It does look good.
Yeah, yours is good too, and you didn't have hair restoration like I did.
Wow. If I needed it, I'd go there.
Damn right. I think Ray's going to need some.
Yeah, you think?
Is your dad bald, Ray?
For sure. Yeah, I'm going to need it.
So Ray's 25. He's still's got decent coverage, but
yeah. So the 4 Ray Dunns that preceded you all needed hair restoration? Because you are the 5th.
Yes. Unfortunately, my grandfather died young, so I don't really know.
Oh, thanks, Harry.
Well, make a move. Yeah, all right. My great-grandfather, I don't know about the hair there either. So, yeah, I didn't. Okay. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the hair for me. If I had to guess, my grandfather on my mom's side was bald at 18, so I got past that.
Oh, no, you're good then.
I was terrified. I go every time to my barber and ask. I'm like, hey, man, listen, I know my genetics. Like, is it going bad?
How's it looking up there?
He keeps telling me it's still growing, so I'm good, but I don't like that answer.
Well, he's a hairy monster, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a hairy back?
Well, he could
No, luckily.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He could grow that beard back in no time.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
I mean, it's already kind of
you're
visible.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Our locks of the week are coming up right after this. But on Wednesday night, I get a text message from Harry, and it says nothing but nylon, which is Ray's signature call. And I'm like, there's the Temple Lady Owls basketball game tonight. And like, no. Ray's on TV. ESPN Plus on the call. Temple Owls against Delaware State. What the Delaware State?
Hornets.
Oh, man, that sounds mean.
The Hornets.
Oh, they sting you. It was a 2-point game in the second half.
They had a couple good players.
They did. Yeah, they were good.
Yeah.
They were actually pretty good. Yeah. But let me say, because I play the How About That. Ray's very good at doing play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very impressed with the first time I've actually watched an extended portion of the game. I watched a good half. I turned it off in the second half.
Okay.
But, and then I went to the Sixers full time. But I was impressed with Ray. So we're giving you the best of Ray Dunn, including we have a new star at Temple.
Yes.
You won't hear me talk about Temple basketball a lot, but I like this kid. So what are we opening up with, Ray? The beginning of the
open with the open.
All right, go ahead.
Basketball returns to North Broad from Philadelphia tonight. Temple opens its 130th season of men's basketball. The Owls hosting the Delaware State Hornets in a coaching matchup of old friends and a ton of new faces. Welcome on inside the Liacouras Center. You're tuned in to the American on ESPN Plus.
Now, do you have that written down? Are you reading
solid, really solid.
So I have like a note
cards.
Yeah, it's not like a full written out open. I tend to write out like a couple of things, like keywords that I want to
bullet points.
Yeah, that I want to make sure I get to. Because if I script it entirely and I get off one word, then I realize that I just kind of fold like a cheap
That's
lawn
exactly
chair.
right.
All right.
Yeah.
So you know when the camera's going to be on you. So during that part, you can look down and read, but then you know the camera's coming to you once you kind of throw it to yourself.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I really still haven't gotten used to the cut to us, because then I could see myself in front of me, and I still don't like the look of me in front of me.
Because he goes, Ray Dunn along with the one and only Jason Ivey.
Yeah.
Well, you sound, doesn't he sound the part?
Yes.
There you go.
That was great.
That was very good. Much better than I could do. All right, so now what do we got now?
Well, Griffiths announced his presence pretty early.
So you have
didn't
to
take long.
You have to explain to the 99.9% of our audience what we're talking about here. So they got a transfer player.
Started at Rutgers.
What's his name?
Went to Nebraska. His name's Gavin Griffiths. He's now at
Gavin
Temple.
Griffiths.
He was a star in Connecticut in high school.
And he went to Rutgers.
Yes.
Did he get a lot of money to go to Rutgers? How did you go to Rutgers?
This was before the NIL stuff.
Oh, all right.
So
went to Rutgers. Yeah. He transferred when Ace Bailey and Harper came, and he went to Nebraska, and then now he's back at Temple.
Right.
It's an interesting path. Rutgers to Nebraska to Temple.
It is.
6'7" white dude wearing RJ Rec specs, and he's got ups and he can shoot.
Yes.
I was very impressed with this kid. All right, so here's Ray on the call.
Back the season ready to go. You're looking at Gavin Griffiths, the transfer given up to Durazola, rising, and just like that, a two-handed flush opens the play here at the Liacouras Center. The Owls with the early lead by 2.
Oh,
that was good.
A flush.
Yeah, we start with the flush.
Nice.
I haven't done the flush too often.
Well, that's good. That's all right. All right, what do we got? Give me another one.
Griffiths again.
What were you doing in practice of the games? They try and go back to the wall with Griffiths. Hold that thought, Jason.
Once again.
Griffiths trying to take down the house twice in his opening 5-6 minutes as a Temple player.
I love it, Ray. You say go back to the well. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That was the alley-oop?
Second alley-oop, yeah.
Second alley-oop.
So that's the clip that ended up being LeBron frames and ended up going to TikTok.
He had to give Jason Ivey the hold that thought because Jason was going to jump in there, wasn't he?
Well, he was breaking down what they were doing offensively, and all of a sudden, I think we were coming out of a timeout. It was like a sideline out of bounds.
Right.
And you just see Griffiths making the run. I'm like, oh, my God, they're going to try this again.
You see it coming.
Yeah.
Which also part of the reason why when you're there, it helps.
So Temple clips that call right there, clips it, and puts out LeBron frames, which we've decided it's a really, really good nickname.
Oh, it's great.
It's one of the best in recent memory. And that now Ray's a big star because he's the one that was announcing it. So the next game that Ray does, when's the next game?
LaSalle, Tuesday night.
Yeah. Tuesday night, LaSalle, ESPN Plus. Ray is going to just don't overuse it. How are you going to how do you use it? Because not everybody knows it, so you have to use it, and you can't explain it, can you? How do you use it?
I'll probably have it sitting there, like next to the name. Like I have Messiah Gilliard. It goes by Swish, so I have Swish sitting there next to his name. You used that
a couple times.
Yeah, I dropped that in because I think the people that want to watch for him appreciate getting the nickname. I think there's going to be people that have not checked out Temple basketball that see LeBron frames and are probably going to be excited for a little bit of LeBron frames action. So I'm going to have the name sitting there ready to go. It's just about when you break it out.
Do you break it out for a big three? Do you wait for a
I have
jam?
to wait for a jam.
You have to wait for a jam.
I think that, you don't watch LeBron James for his three-point percentage.
Right.
Ray's going to say LeBron frames, and it's going to go viral. He's going to quit.
Now, do you have to give credit to the person in the PR?
Oh, I will.
You got it. Yeah.
No, you don't. He works for the university.
Oh, so you think
we find out who it is.
You know where my checks come from? You think I'm going to go up against the university, man?
But whoever came up with this in the social media team also works for the university. You don't have to give credit. Like if you want. I mean, on the broadcast, nobody at home cares that Larry Larson came up with the name on social media. He's a minion. You just used the nickname.
What was the guy? What was the guy Herb mentioned today? The guy down in Atlantic City.
The guy dimed out the Claret.
Jerry Johnson. Actually, we're taking you live right now to Jerry Johnson's house.
Just say it was Jerry Johnson.
Here.
I'm watching the broadcast. I don't care who came up with it. If you want to, on the show, we can give the guy credit, whatever. During the broadcast, I don't need to hear Larry came up with it in social media, all right?
Last one for you, just so you get the nothing but nylon for the folks at home.
Darian Ford, the Arkansas State transfer. To the corner, this one to Tobiasen. Nothing but nylon. The three for Tobiasen opens up a 7-point advantage for the Owls.
Now, you're not.
Tobiasen's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Big fan of Tobiasen.
Look at me getting into Temple basketball because of LeBron frames and Ray.
Exactly.
Now, do you do nothing but nylons because you have a fetish for legs and nylons?
No, I just think it's something that works with alliteration. Let's not turn this into something weird over there, John.
I'm a fan.
Your mind works in a very, very
I'm a fan of alliteration.
Way.
Yeah.
Of course it does. Are you crazy? Congratulations.
I never even put those two thoughts together.
What's the first thing I thought when you said nylons? Yes, it is.
I like latex more than nylons.
Right. See, Harry's sicker than me. I'm not even a fan of that.
I might not be able to use that anymore because I'll be thinking about the two of you debating latex and nylon.
Harry. Yeah, no, believe me, I've no. That
was really good though. I was impressed.
He's good.
Yeah, I was watching it, and my wife's sitting down. I said, "That's our producer right there."
Yeah,
I was all proud of him.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't feel not a son, but like little brother.
I smiled when I saw the text from Harry at halftime. I was like, "Oh, Harry's proud of me."
Yeah, for sure. It's only a matter of time, Harry.
Yep, he's gonna leave.
He's gonna be because now you know what they do now. They have who's the Clipper. The Clipper kid got hired like 26, 27 years old by the Clippers.
For the L.A. Clippers?
Yeah, he was, and the kid up in Boston that got hired, he's not even 30.
Yeah.
He just hired these young guys, pay him nothing, because they're really good.
Right.
So that'll be Ray.
Yep. There you go.
Doesn't sound bad.
No.
It doesn't sound bad at all. Coming up, our locks of the week. Angry Al's on the line as well. Feedback coming up later on the show. But I'm not bragging. But we've been hitting our picks on the locks of the week. All right? Don't go anywhere. That's coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Prepping for the Packers, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles preparing for Monday Night Football in Green Bay. Getting back to the practice field yesterday for the first time since the bye. Both Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown were practicing. Cam Jurgens did not. We did get a chance to hear from a number of the guys at their locker for the first time since the bye, including the first time we heard from Jalen Phillips, traded to Philly from Miami, and that might be the best experience of his life.
This is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. City of Phillies, giving me a very warm welcome.
A warm welcome, but a cold first game as they head to Green Bay for Monday Night Football against the Packers. Flyers won 3-1 over the Predators last night. Noah Cates with a go-ahead goal. Matvei Michkov broke a 9-game goalless streak. The 76ers have the Raptors tomorrow night at 7:30. First game with the black uniforms and the first game with hip-hop back in the arena. You can hear that game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
The goal.
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks, Harry Mays, Ray Dunn, Unfiltered Guys and Gal coming up next. Just talking to Ricky and Bo Colarulo. As it is now time for our Liberty Safes Lock of the Week. Lock it up with Liberty Safes of New Jersey, the largest selection of safes in the tri-state area. Showrooms in Mount Laurel and Hamilton Township, New Jersey. LibertySafesNJ.com, a great sponsor to the program. As I believe, am I 2-1 now in the 3 weeks? Well, I gave 2 last week, but I didn't know which one was official. I got both of them right.
Yeah, 2-1 works.
All right, so 2-0 last week. I hit the week before that as well. Harry went 1-1 last week. But let's start off with, let's go to Ray first to start off with his locks. Ray, what do you got?
All right. Everybody's riding high right now in this whole Drake May and Patriots thing. Everyone's loving New England. I think they're a good team, and I think they're real. But for a line that's only -2.5 for the Buccaneers that I think are the better team coming into this game, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay side of this thing. I think they're going to win this game by a field goal, which would cover the -2.5. I think giving them that line at home, they're a more experienced group than the Drake May side of things. They have more talent on that side. I'm going Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay's a 2.5-point favorite at home.
That's funny because I was
kind
just
of a Patriot line.
I was just in there talking about that game, saying I like the Buccaneers.
That's
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I heard the first one about the under. And
I'm
then
taking
I
that
started
too.
looking at, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking that too.
All right.
I like Tampa. I'm taking that side.
I like the Patriots in that one.
Do you?
Oh, it's a short line.
The Patriots are a little fraudulent.
I tuned you out after the Berlin game because I was locked in to try and figure out my lock.
Broncos, Colts, Patriots, the top 3 teams in the AFC, the Bills as well, but they're all first-timers. Like, we haven't seen them before this year.
All
really.
new blood.
Yeah, like
new blood.
The Broncos were good last year, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so, like, I don't buy any of them going to the Super Bowl. I like the Patriots in this one.
You do?
Any other games, or is that your one official?
No,
I only do one.
All right.
I like the under in the German game. Falcons-Colts in Berlin, I believe. Is that right, Ray?
Berlin.
Yeah, they're in Berlin.
That's cool.
The total's 48.5. I'm going under.
Under 48.5.
Under 48.5.
All right. You just doing one?
Yeah, well, I like the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I guess I stole it from.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
But
can
we're
share that.
both on it. I'll share it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. The Ravens on the road are 4-point favorites over the Vikings.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz isn't playing in this game.
No, it's McCarthy.
McCarthy's back. They just beat the freaking Lions on the road last week. Why are the Ravens 4-point favorites on the road? Because the odds makers ain't buying the Vikings, and the Ravens are about to make a move.
I think you're right.
So I like the Ravens -4 over the Vikings to win this one in a pretty comfortable win. Lamar's about to go nuts. So I think the Ravens make a move. Also, I like the Browns -2 over the Jets. Jets just traded everybody.
How about that game?
The Browns are on the road and they're 2-point favorites.
The Browns and the Jets. Oh.
Dick Stockton's on the call.
Could you imagine paying for that game? Like, do you have to pay for a ticket to that game?
No, you give it away to your neighbor.
That's the game that shouldn't be televised.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. That should be on YouTube TV when you can't get it. Browns -2. If you're Garrett Wilson or you're anybody else that's on that team, how are you feeling coming into Sunday's game to play the Browns?
You're like, why wasn't I traded?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, awesome. And by the way, the Browns have good defense.
They do.
So they've been pretty competitive. So I'll take the Browns -2. And that's our Liberty Safes lock of the week. Lock it with Liberty Safes in New Jersey. Largest selection of safes in the tri-state area. Showrooms, Mount Laurel, and Hamilton Township. Their website's great. Liberty Safes, SAFESNJ.com. You get a safe big enough to, I could fit in it. That's what I want. They do delivery and setup and everything else. So shout out to Liberty Safes of NJ. Angry Al's checking in. Angry Al.
Johnny Marks.
Hey,
what's
buddy.
up?
How are you?
What's up, Harry?
Hey, Al. How you doing, man?
By the way, Al texted me, wants to be an Eagle fan. He's a Cowboy fan, yes.
You've had enough.
Yeah, I have. I had enough of Jerry Jones.
Well, I know you have.
He's lost his mind. He's got Alzheimer's or something.
You wish. No,
But,
he does not. He knows what he's doing.
Well, what was what was it that finally broke you?
The trade?
No, well, it was just the other day when he was talking about, I couldn't be there because I had to make $100 million deal. That's, I'm just tired of it. He's not doing anything to make the team actually try to win. And you guys are talking about the Eagles. Who's going to beat the Eagles? Tell me who it is you think's going to beat them.
The Rams. I'm worried. I'm worried the most about the Rams. I'm not saying they're going to, but that's the team I worry the most about.
I don't think anybody's going to beat them.
Right. So you got one team that you're saying you think may beat them. Did you watch the game last night?
I did not.
Brutal game.
Denver sucks.
Yeah, well, they did last night.
They sucked last night, but they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won, but it was like one of the worst games I've ever watched.
Yeah.
My wife went and watched something else. She went to another room because it was just a terrible game.
It was the best.
I don't see it.
No, Al texted me at 10 o'clock on Monday night during the Cowboys Monday night game where they were getting smoked by Jacoby Brissett. And he said, I'm about to become an Eagles fan along with my kids and my grandson. Wow. And I said we would welcome him into Eagle arms. Do we agree with that? Would we welcome a lifelong Cowboy fan?
He doesn't have to pay some sort of penance.
Oh, you should have to pay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need
there needs to be a penance.
Yeah.
I need something I want a discussion about
some sort of transition period that he's got,
Do you really want to be an Eagle fan now?
I'm thinking about it real hard.
He is an Eagle fan.
But Harry,
yeah,
you got to get an outing at the PGA, man.
What do you mean?
Get a group of people. Let's go out there and make some noise like they do everywhere else.
Oh, he wants to yell mashed potatoes when they're teeing off.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yes,
I hate that.
Well, you want to go?
You want to go when they're teeing off.
You want to go and cause trouble at the
throw you out.
Yeah, they'll throw you out, Al.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to cause trouble. I just want to go see the PGA.
Oh well, I'll be there. I'll be over there. Come find me.
Yeah, that's going to be the place to be.
That's
at
right.
Aronimink. Right?
In May, correct?
Is that what it is in May?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to. Angry Al, thank you. Maybe we'll have tickets for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yell Baba Booey when someone's hitting it.
Mashed potatoes.
There's nothing.
No. Well, yell. How about that?
How about that?
I would sign up for that.
Yes.
Ray and I may not have a lot in common, but our dislike of golf, I believe.
Is that right?
Yes. There's nothing else I'd rather not watch than golf.
Oh, really?
On a Saturday or Sunday.
I enjoyed the Truist, but it was also because they got me there, and I'm being handed a few, and I'm like bouncing around.
Yeah, I'd go too.
Right.
Yeah. No, but watching on TV with the idiot that's yelling Baba Booey with somebody teeing off, I want nothing to do with it.
What would you make of a guy yelling at Rory that he wants to get him a Guinness?
I mean, if he yelled,
how about that?
It'd be okay.
I'm just saying, you might work with a guy that did.
Is that
not
me?
You did it? Not me. Not me.
Connor?
Nope.
Somebody else?
They're on a main day part. You do your own investigation.
Salciunas?
Nope. Too early in the day.
Too early in the day.
So it was the Unfiltered show?
Colarulo? Ricky Bo? Okay, that makes sense. Ricky Bo was yelling at Rory? That's awesome.
It was so great. Ricky at the Truist was.
Could you hear it though?
Theater.
If it was on TV, would you have heard?
I don't know. But from where I was, it was loud.
Mashed potatoes.
Wow.
All right, coming up next, feedback. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Philadelphia
Middays with Marks. We'll be back on Monday for it'll be an actual Eagles pregame as they play Monday Night Football, and then we'll lead into Unfiltered, and then the Eagles pregame show with Ray, Dunn, and Connor. How about that?
Can't wait. I was a little upset today.
That sounds good.
I was a little upset today.
Well, yeah, at John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, DeCheco's podcast, great listen.
Yes.
However, you're saying you're listening to it on the way to the stadium? You know who's on when you're on the way to the stadium, John?
How about that?
The hell you doing? All right, fine. You can cut me out, but that's your producer, Connor
Right.
Thomas. He's
Yeah,
sitting
really.
right there. Connor didn't even stand up for us.
Connor didn't say a word.
Didn't say a word.
Well, it's because John's not really listening to the podcast on the way to the stadium, and everybody knows that. He's just saying that. And nothing against Checo. I'm sure it's a fine podcast, but
Yeah.
he's not actually listening to it.
Well,
Kincaid's
just take an audience away from us.
Kincaid's 24-12 in his picks.
He has
documented
been dynamite.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah,
he's been fantastic. And by the way, you mentioned the podcast. You can get the Birds Buzz podcast and our podcast, Middays with Marks, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search it, Middays with Marks, because not to get too technical here, because it's a new show and we've kind of reset the way we do podcasts on the station. If you're not going to our app to listen to on demand, which is fine, we don't have give it a review, rate it, review it, give us a 5-star review. But you can listen hour by hour. It's very neat. You can fish through the hour to see what you want to listen to. So wherever you get your podcast, whether that's Spotify or
Right.
Apple Podcasts or whatever, search Middays with Marks. You can listen to us.
So if people wanted to just find the play-by-play critique of Ray, they could just zip right to it.
They'd see it.
Yeah.
It'd be like, all right, what's going on hour 3? Oh, we went over the best of Ray in the podcast.
Nice.
Right. That's a great example.
Yes.
Because when I listen to audio on demand, that's what I do. I don't like the interviews necessarily. I like the talk segments.
Right.
Or
Or
that would be a segment I went to.
But if you wanted to hear Tim McManus, you go right
Well,
there.
that's a good
Bang.
segment to go to.
I
Right.
thought that was a great segment today.
Tim's awesome.
T-Mac's great.
Yeah. He's the best. So, and just make sure you rate, review, and also the app. Because the app, you can get the same podcast right on our app. You can also get our written content, and you can listen live. So 97.5 The Fanatic app. It's a great app, too. Really is. So check it out. As we get to feedback.
Now, it's time for feedback.
How about filling us in? I can't lie.
Email us at 975feedback at 975thefanatic.com.
Say it! Let me tell you something!
Or text us at 610-632-0975.
Let me tell you something else, man.
It's feedback on Middays with Marks.
All right, go.
Bryce Harper might be the biggest panda in Philadelphia, but I don't care even a little bit. He wants to be here, and he makes an effort to let everybody know. What more could we ask for? Except a World Series, of course. John V. in Pennsylvania.
I thought that was going to be John M. Me. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be some calculated pandering there, but it's only because he cares. And I honestly think there's more. It's more genuine than anything with Bryce.
Yeah,
He wanted to come in, and it was important that he fit into the culture of this city. I mean, he was a Cowboy fan before he came.
Right. Grown up in Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's no longer a Cowboy fan. When he was in Washington, he, on the record, said, I'm not becoming a Washington fan. I'm remaining a Cowboy fan.
Oh, wow.
And that changed when he came here. In fact, he never even spoke like he was a Cowboy fan. So,
Yeah, just ignore that old picture.
well, he's since talked about it, but still. I mean, what do we want him to be? You want him to be a Cowboy fan?
Tyrese is.
Angry Al's no longer a Cowboy
He's not.
fan, for God's sake.
No, but seriously, do you want him to? And by the way, I respect guys that say, I grew up a fan of this team. I'm not changing because I'm here. That's smart. But, what's the reaction of Bryce Harper if he's going to the Cowboy games wearing a Troy Aikman jersey?
It's not good.
Yeah,
Not
you're,
great.
you're ripping him.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Otto Kemp would be the worst third baseman in the National League if he is your everyday guy. Sean in New Jersey.
Not necessarily. All right. So Sean, you tell me this. I want you to rank the Phillies outfield. All right. Crawford in left, Marsh in center, and who's your right fielder? We don't even know.
No.
Yeah, we don't.
Bryce Harper.
We have a good club.
Yeah, it's a fine line. Right. That's part of the problem.
line.
I'd rather use the $10 million for Boom and use that for an outfielder. Dave Dombrowski's got to make a trade for an outfielder. That's how they're going to get their right-handed hitting outfielder. It's going to be via trade. All right, what's next?
Are the Phillies following the Commanders' lead by trying to be the oldest team in their sport? Joe the Cynic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Pretty much.
They are. Yeah, and the Commanders are, I think, the oldest team in the
Correct.
NFL.
Yeah, and this is different because this core at least has been together. But yeah, they're not trying to get younger. Crawford's going to make you younger, but that's only because really he's a prospect. He batted .340 last year.
Eventually, Aiden Miller makes you younger.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's 21, but I don't know when he plays. I'm wondering if they trade Aiden Miller.
What about the pitcher?
Painter.
When he comes back from injury. He hurt?
Well, no, he pitched last year in AAA. It was bad.
Oh, he's bad?
Yeah. I don't know honestly, I don't know what to expect from Painter. I'm not necessarily looking forward to seeing. But, all right, what's next?
The people can't stop talking about Podcast P. Paul George has to bring it back. And stop calling Jerry Alexander washed. Not fair to call former top players with bad knees washed. Definitely not Paul George in Camden.
Definitely not Paul George. But some Paul George news, according to Kyle Neubeck, Brandon Dutz, our YouTube producer, sent this to us. Paul George meeting with doctors over the weekend to assess his recovery, and next steps will be determined from there.
Always good.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's positive or negative or neither.
Well, they don't really need him right now anyway.
Yeah, he can take his time coming back.
Nick Nurse called it the last hurdle.
Okay, so this is okay. All right, that's good.
Be ready to go in April.
I just can't imagine Paul George and Embiid on the floor at the same time.
How many games did they play together?
Not many.
It was
but
few.
Embiid didn't look as broken down last year as he looks this year. I mean, I don't know how the hell he's going to play defense. All right, what's next?
Don't worry, Harry and Ray. We'll turn the game on for you guys. You know that this is the place that will turn it on for you. Ruby from Club Risque.
Ah, there you go.
Well, Harry and I have experience watching a Monday Night Eagles game at a gentleman's club.
Gentleman's club, yeah. Well, if they give me a place where I could do the podcast immediately afterwards or the show, I'll do it.
You would do it?
Yeah.
Of course. Well, I'm sure there's a room. It might be a small room in the back.
Yeah. I'd have to be alone in the room.
Well, is it a video?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, you go one of the back rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be fine.
Fine.
All right. Any more, Ray?
One more.
You heard about my hookup to watch some sports. Just wait until I tell you about the poker games that my buddy Chauncey Billups puts on. You'll love it. Herb from the Northeast.
Herb. Who's currently texting me, Herb.
He is?
So, yeah, Herb earlier has some app where you can get all these channels, but you have to be among the first 1,000 people to do it.
The free TV
The
thing
free
he's
TV
talking
app.
about?
And he said it's legal. And I'm like, but Herb, it's clearly not legal. And he said, yeah, Jerry Johnson from the Claridge gave it to me.
My buddy in Atlantic City, okay?
From the Claridge of all the casinos. Yeah, my buddy from Atlantic City, Jerry Johnson. I'm sure if Jerry's still alive, he really appreciates it.
He might have conflated Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson with that right there.
Next time he calls in, I'm going to ask him about who this Jerry Johnson guy is.
It's the fakest name in the world for a guy that's scamming you.
Yeah. Is he involved in concrete? What exactly? What else is he doing down there? Scarfo Inc. or something like that. Herb. All right, we'll be back on. So we'll do day after the game. So you're back on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
All right, Ray, you got any games this weekend?
Yeah, tonight. Women have George Washington.
No.
Yeah.
A home game.
Home game.
Nice. So, All right, we'll make sure we get some highlights from that coming up. Well, we'll see. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy everything you got going on. We're back on Monday. The guys are coming up next. See you.